Okay, so full disclosure, I was not able to do any of the things I said I was going to do
Womp womp.
for the previous stream.
Eh,
Immediately after, I was like, I'll just do some grinding in Mementos, and then I'll get everyone caught up to their story happened, so I can no longer do those things.
I do remember you literally as soon as the last stream ended, you messaged us saying, "Oh no, story happened."
Oh god, plot. And I was like, alright, I could probably. It's like some of the things I was like, alright, I could probably summarize this plot. And then Kasumi showed up, and I was like, ah, crap. I can't skip the Kasumi stuff.
I didn't expect the fact they have so much support on all the interviews these still kept.
Yeah, just let the people chat, Akechi. Just shut up. I know your agenda.
But I noticed that you're not saying. I suppose that I was original. Don't you think it? Now that I think about it, it's impossible.
Yeah, one of the main things is like, I could probably skip over that conversation. Like, Akechi was just being rude. All this stuff happened. But the problem is, the main problem with Royal is that Kasumi shows up, and that's where the real differentiations from Persona 5 happen, because they like just decide to put her everywhere for some weird reason.
Oh my god, when did you get in here?
Don't worry about it.
How long have you been in this call?
You don't need to know about that.
I would like
Okay,
to
for
know
like
about
5
that.
seconds. Got it.
I literally just got into the call.
Of course.
I finally got my first job in fucking a year, basically.
Good times, although not great hours from what I'm understanding.
I mean, that's typical shooting grip scheduling. That's nothing new. Because usually it's usually 12 hours for shooting grips. It is funny though, because I did I did hop into the call at random last night.
But like, we were both muted, so I couldn't talk to you.
Oh, I remember specifically, like, you hopped in for like 1 second last night and like said one thing. I can't even remember what you said, and then disappeared.
I said, "Hey, look behind you," and then I hopped off
Right,
the
and you actually made Kevin paranoid.
I was like, bye. Yeah, I was on break at that point, so I was like, I'm gonna fuck with them real quick, because I know they're playing fucking Lethal Company.
Yeah.
I could hop in at any point, it'd be funny.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was before or after I was murdered by bees.
I think it was one of the times I was at the ship and you were still in the like factory or wherever, like looking for shit.
Yeah. It was long after the bees incident, or as I will call it now, the My Girl incident.
Yeah.
Where's his glasses? Kevin can't see without his
glasses.
That's not funny. That scene's actually really sad.
Yeah.
That's one of those scenes I saw. It's the only scene from My Girl I've ever actually seen, and I saw it on TV, and it traumatized me.
Yeah.
Because I see Macaulay Culkin getting stung by these bees, and he fucking dies. I'm like, no!
Which is the more heartbreaking small girl, like, not understanding death at a funeral? That or Full Metal Alchemist?
Dude,
I don't know.
don't bring up that fucking dog that gave me nightmares.
What? No, I'm talking about Hughes' daughter.
Oh.
I'm not as familiar with that scene. Which one are we talking
Oh,
we talking
it's the
about
same
the-
scene where we get the terrible day for rain thing.
about? Oh, okay, so it's that scene.
but it's like his fucking daughter. Like,
Same here.
you gotta understand,
Reminds me.
one of Hughes's main characterizations up to that point is that he is the most doting, crazy about his own, like, about his daughter father you've ever seen in the earth. Like, he takes every opportunity he can to show off, like, photos of his daughter. And then so after he gets killed, he's like, his daughter's at the funeral and starts saying like, "Why are you putting Daddy in the ground? He has to get up for work tomorrow."
My father.
I've been brought onto the show. And
It's
that's why
it's
I've
fucking
become
crushing.
acquainted with
Like, I
I'm
don't
gonna-
think you understand.
You knew her.
I'm gonna leave this call. I'll be back within like an hour. Are we
Just gotta do
streaming?
some like contextual research.
I gotta do taxes real quick.
Oh, right. It's nothing to keep secret.
Like, everyone talks about the Nina like getting like fused with the dog scene, but like, oh man, I don't even know what to say. Like, that scene in Full Metal Alchemist just
Wait,
fucks me.
what is it? Not Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like it's a terrible day for rain.
Yeah, no, that's the same scene as the one I was talking about.
I haven't
You know that I think that's more emotionally gripping, in terms of like, oh wow.
That's
Whereas like the dog, it's like holy shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, the Nina being like fused with her dog is like the pure shock value. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, those are
Like-
two very different types of emotions happening at once.
Yep.
Are we streaming right now?
We are
Absolutely,
actually.
Okay,
I was
cool.
playing Persona.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Basically, Akechi forced his way onto Kasumi and I celebrating her
Also-
getting.
I swear I saw you eat
Yeah, you could have phrased that better, especially where you like paused to like catch up to yourself.
I wanna challenge Jack on something. On one of the TikToks he sent
You
to
seem
the
to
group
have your
chat.
own bases covered as
Hmm.
well.
It was not Rudolph that ran over Grandma.
I know that, but it's part of the bit. Don't fucking dig too deep into it.
Actually, wait. I want to say it was Donner, but which
Wait. What?
reindeer?
Like, which reindeer got the scent of the fruitcake?
Is
Yes,
that-
we're gonna break down the plot of Grandma got run over by a reindeer, folks. That's where we are at right now. Happy holidays.
It was Dasher that ran over.
It was Dasher.
Yes. Because I remember that scene where she's like, she brings out her cookies, and then the reindeer comes in, and he goes, "I feel guilty."
Because again,
so
So for those who aren't like broken like our entire generation who watch this shit as kids are, there's this real awkward Christmas song called "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer." It's about exactly what that title says. And then some fucking psychopath decided we're gonna turn this into a fucking like movie, an animated film.
You say something about it was the guy who made the song who made the
Like you just said.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that actually.
he voiced Grandpa.
Would you mind if I
That makes a lot of sense.
Go.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway,
question was,
but again, the movie elaborates even further on this already batshit song.
Yeah.
Where they basically explain Grandma is the owner of a very popular Christmas store. Like she's the fucking main character of a Hallmark film.
Oh,
But anyway.
God, that's being generous to Hallmark.
Well, for example,
But like she gets,
when someone's faced
but
with
her
a problem,
greedy
they help
like
mothers as
niece.
well.
I don't think the relationship is ever
Cousin.
properly explained. Cousin Mel, because that's all she's called is Cousin Mel, wants to take the store and make it more profitable because greedy.
Now,
So
I'm gonna
she-
say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing now, and I will not take any dispute over this.
you then.
Cousin Mel could get it.
Look, we all saw the weird like Carmen or Carmen Miranda scene in Grandpa's Gonna Sue the Pants Off of Santa. Like
We're not gonna question that part. We can all
back
Cousin
to
Mel.
my explanation of the fever dream that was our like Christmases growing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, her grand scheme involves spiking Grandma's famous fruitcake. But this has the unintended consequence of when Santa, who is real, is like going by on his yearly run, his lead reindeer gets a whiff of whatever she used to spike this fruitcake and fucking runs Grandma down.
Yep. I completely
Like-
forgot that's the part.
Wow. Okay, so I just wanted to double check on the Rudolph lyrics. Is that because you said it is the lead reindeer? But I'm like, who came first in the Rudolph listing of the reindeer? It's still
Dasher.
Dasher.
Yeah.
It's still that. So you know what? Kudos to the
For making it accurate to another Christmas song.
Also, I'm gonna say it. Rudolph isn't canonical to Santa.
No, yeah. I'm willing to agree with that.
He's
This
not.
shakes my entire childhood, though.
Anyway, hold on. I'm
really
not
accept
fucking
it.
done though. So we're like, hold on. Like, because despite what you might assume from the movie based on the song "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer," a song that is very ambiguous about what happens to Grandma after the fact, she does not die. But you know what does happen? She gets amnesia, and Santa kidnaps her for a year. They don't phrase it like that, but that's what fucking happens.
Santa just doesn't want another miracle on 34th Street.
Like, Santa can't be responsible for another DUI. She's gotta be kept somewhere where she doesn't talk.
Which is exactly what happens in that movie.
Why doesn't Santa just
Again,
bring her
they
home?
frame it like, oh, yeah, no, I'm helping, like, her recover until, like, she recovers her memories. It's like, but you didn't tell her family or nothing. They just thought Grandma was dead and missing for a year.
Hey, wait, we're missing the craziest part of this movie. The family name.
Spankenheimer?
Spakenheimer.
I hope the rest of the family keeps.
Jake Spakenheimer.
Oh, yeah, and that's the other thing. The fucking main character of the whole movie is her grandson, who's like having like the most stereotypical Christmas movie crisis of faith of whether he believes in Santa. And so again, finding out that Santa not only exists, but he also did a hit and run and kidnapping on his grandma, quite the Christmas.
Yeah, no. If that happened to me, of all people, I would be like, whoa, we gotta take like a few steps back here.
Santa's real, and he's a bastard.
Wait. Who is the fucking lawyer? Slime?
I am Slime.
I would hire that lady. Yo, this motherfucker ran over my grandmother and kidnapped her. You're gonna make a fortune, lady.
That's the other fucking thing, is after Jake learns that, not necessarily like what specifically happened to his grandmother, but that Santa ran her over and covered it up, the cousin Mel and her lawyer, who is again called I Am Slime, fucking tries to convince grandma's husband, who's kind of like meant to like look like this like doddering old like not all there guy,
Nice.
to fucking sue Santa for everything he has.
Hold on.
And it's like, what's with Christmas movies taking Santa to court? It happens more than once, which is too many.
I mean, where does he get the money to stay in the North Pole? Okay,
Maybe-
sure. Get awkwardly quiet after that line.
Sorry, I was looking up the guy who sang the song. What did you say, Kevin?
I said, where does he get the money to stay at the North Pole? And then it went dead quiet, and I was like, did I-
Kevin, the elves make the money for him. Don't worry about
oh,
it.
okay.
Well, no,
It helps to have free labor.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. All those toys that he makes, how much you want to bet he gets funding from all the corporations?
Well, that's the other thing. The other reason Cousin Mel wants to sue Santa into oblivion is because she made a deal with some, like, fucking stereotypical as all hell, like, millionaire who wants to fucking privatize the idea of Santa's gig with this weird, like, Amazon drone mechanical Santa.
Yeah.
No.
But also, like, he turns on Mel and, like, without any real character explanation or growth, like, like helps the main kid by the end.
Yes.
Look, we can't all be Miracle on 34th Street, the original.
I see.
Again, I just, like, I need people who didn't grow up with this like we did to understand how much of a fever dream this movie
I
is.
want to write a Christmas movie now, just so Santa can get sued, and he's like, oh, god damn it, not again.
Like, I'm trying to think of like movies I've personally seen where Santa ends up in court.
Yep.
So this grandma got run over by a reindeer, Miracle on 34th Street, and because I like am technically gonna count it because there's a lawyer and one of them wears a powdered wig at one point.
No.
The Christmas that almost wasn't.
Oh.
In fact, I'm just gonna say this isn't really court, but the Santa Claus has a lot to do with law.
Oh yeah, no. If we want to talk about weird angles you can take on Christmas movies, if you look at the Santa Claus, the first one from like the mom and stepdad's perspective, it's a horror film about your ex-husband becoming like psychotic and kidnapping your kid.
Oh, 100%. I'll take it further. You want to talk about Santa and lawyers?
Where are
Hey,
you going with this?
Hey, Santa, how's your brother Fred doing?
Oh my god, I forgot about Fred Claus.
Fred, I'm gonna say, Fred Claus is a fun movie. I don't give a fuck how bad it is.
It's real weird, but it's fun, and Paul Giamatti really kind of works as a rundown Santa.
He's a great Santa. And you know what? Who doesn't like Vince Vaughn?
I mean, depending on if you've seen the Psycho remake.
Who
Also-
doesn't? No, that movie's terrible. But like Vince Vaughn, like okay, post Psycho remake, Vince Vaughn's great.
Oh no, I like Vince Vaughn. I'm joking.
I saw him
The
in
Psycho remake's terrible, but I don't know if I necessarily blame him for that.
No, that was a terrible idea to begin with.
A shot-for-shot, mostly remake of Psycho just was never gonna work.
No.
Hey, so
Actually, it's funny. So Vince Vaughn was in Rudy. I'm sure you already knew that. Excuse me. And when I was at Notre Dame for the OSU game,
Quite.
Vince Vaughn was there, and they had him on stage for the Pat McAfee show. And
Cool.
and they asked him like, oh Vince, because they all do like the polls each weekend, like, oh, who's gonna win for this big game? Because there's always like one big college football game.
Mhm.
And they asked him like, Vince, who do you think's gonna win this game? And Vince is like, well, you see, my niece, you know, she goes to OSU. You know, I got a lot of family from Ohio, and I should say Ohio, but you know, I gotta say Notre Dame because I was in Rudy. Notre Dame lost the game.
Damn.
But you know what? I call bullshit on the game. Not because Notre Dame was the better team, but because I'm gonna say one little thing. On one hand, Notre Dame fucked it up because at the end of the game, I mean, this is a stupid blunder. They had less players on the field than they needed for the defensive stopping, which makes no sense. I don't know how that happened.
Mm.
That's already like a "what are you doing" situation. But and again, I'm not saying this is only against Notre Dame. The refs that game were so insufferable. They were throwing flags in Notre Dame. They were throwing flags in Ohio. If they just didn't do that, the game would have played out naturally, and Notre Dame probably would have won. I'm not saying that it was a guaranteed win. This is one of the worst seasons of football on both sides of college and professional, where the refs have really fucked everything up. And that's all I'm saying.
Wanna head back?
Moving on.
I don't know how we got here, but I just realized
Vince
there's
Vaughn,
actually a
that's
movie where Santa gets arrested and Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're right, Kevin. Oh my
Big
And now,
Five.
because of Violent Night, they have a reason to arrest Santa.
Yeah. Yeah, holy shit, you're right. God damn.
Santa's
Santa.
in so much trouble.
Wait. So, do we count the Miracle on 34th Street remake?
No,
I'm
that's the
gonna
same
count those two
story,
together as
basically.
one.
Okay. Because, like, I've only seen bits of the first movie. I haven't seen the remake at all.
Yeah.
You haven't seen? Oh my god, dude, you're disappointing me right now.
Okay, if it makes it better, I've seen It's a Wonderful Life.
You're back.
Does Santa get arrested in one of those Hallmark movies, like Santa
No.
Baby?
I'm
Oh,
not gonna even like touch those because I'm sure it happens at some point, but I'm not gonna bother.
yeah, I guess that's fair.
I'm going to say one thing about a Hallmark movie, because I brought it up earlier, and nobody commented on it.
Yep.
So, I will forgive Hallmark for the fucking traditional Christmas movie they do every year, where it's city girl who's got her own business goes to her old hometown where the rural farmer guy gets her attention and she falls in love with him. I'll forgive them for that, because whenever they try to do anything but that, oh my god, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
Yeah, look,
actually
the
like-
reason they glue to it so hard is it's basically all they know.
It's all they know. And it's all that they can really do. That's like consistently tolerable.
Yeah.
Because you step outside of that realm for them, oh my god, it's a disaster.
For the longest time, me and my friends would do nothing except go over to my friend's apartment and watch shitty, like, Hallmark romance rom-coms.
all they're
One of
good
them
at.
was like, there's this girl who works for, like, this police agency, and she falls in love with, like, a criminal. And, basically, an ex-criminal, my apologies. Basically, the whole movie, she's dealing with this horrible FBI agent, and we're just alright, like, we know the FBI agent is, like, bad. It's so freaking obvious that, like, the guy who's, like, the obvious, like, stereotypical Hollywood hot guy is innocent because he's hot, and it has to work out.
Exactly.
But I'm sitting here, and I'm just like, but there's always so many things, because I'm just like, this police agent should be sued, because she freaking tackles somebody and breaks, like, their leg.
Yeah.
And then her mom is the police agent, and I'm just like, isn't that favoritism?
A little
Like-
bit, but you know.
It's just like one of those things where it's just like, this is a movie I remember that was Christmas-based, and I don't know why.
Okay, you want to know what unironically is a trope in, like, Christmas movies that I really enjoy when you do it right?
Yes.
Santa is worn down and tired, but is still trying to do his best at the job because he still loves it.
Yeah.
It's so comforting. 'Cause it's like, if Santa can keep doing this after 800 years, I can get through my life.
Like, I know we mentioned Fred Claus earlier. That's a good example.
Yep.
Paul Giamatti very much plays that part up of, like, beaten down by the job, like, a little bit.
Violet
Yeah.
Knight's a pretty good example of it.
Oh, yeah, that's a great example. Not in the same, like, in a less wholesome way, let's say, but...
Santa's letting off some steam in that movie.
But no, one of my favorite
Oh,
examples of all time of this trope is Arthur Christmas.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Guys,
Where,
I
like,
have to do...
He's very much, like...
Hold
Because
on.
again, like,
I
that
have
doesn't-
to do math. Hold on a second.
boy. give him the peace and quiet to, like, work it out.
A and D are 88. Angle C. Oh god. Okay. Hold on. I gotta make a triangle out of A and D.
I'm gonna use the bathroom while Kevin does math.
Help. Maybe I should just look up a
I'm
guide for
fighting
these so I
Ultima.
look like I'm
can't help
smart.
it now.
Oh god. Oh, it's the same triangle. So it has to be 80. It's not the same. It is not the same triangle.
Oh, Kevin.
Look, I hate to admit this, but it's been so long that since I've done, like, angles and math like this, like trigonometry, it's been so long that I immediately forgot how to do this. There was a time where I was working at the cafe, and one of my coworkers who was in high school at the time was struggling with finding the equation of a parabola. It took me like the entire night to figure out how it works, and then when I got it, it was just to figure out the equation of a line, a singular line. It wasn't a parabola, and I was like, well then. I was so proud of myself. My coworker was like, Kevin, this does not help me. This is the equation to find out how a line. I know how to do this. Make it a parabola. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Kevin figure out his persona math.
No. Okay.
So Jack, tell me about Arthur Christmas.
Okay, so, like, I'm gonna fucking, like, go on a rant about this because I feel like it is, like, it's gotten kind of cult classic status, I think, in the past few years, but I still think it's relatively, like, looked over. Arthur Christmas is a collaboration between Aardman, the Wallace and Gromit people, and Sony Animation. And it's basically about, to simplify it, it's Santa Claus is a lineage. And it's basically this one family that has continued the line of Santa, like, for centuries.
Yep.
And they still do the whole thing from the North Pole and blah, blah, blah. Only now it's like the modern day, it's very technical, and like, the sleigh is this massive fucking Star Trek looking ship with cloaking underneath it. Like, the actual, like, wooden sleigh was retired years ago. And Arthur is the second son of the current Santa. And the current Santa, he's kind of getting up there in age. He's, like, slowing down. He can't do a lot of the, like, work anymore. Most of it's left to the elves, with him, like, doing, like, one present delivery personally per section of houses. But again, he's, like, getting old, but he doesn't want to, like, stop doing it because he still loves being Santa. But meanwhile, his oldest son, Steve, yes, that's his name. He's played by Hugh Laurie, is like the actual like brains behind the operation, who manages everything from a tactical and like logistical standpoint as sort of like mission control. Arthur is considered kind of the black sheep of the family, but he's a bumbling kind of doofus. He runs the letters department, like receiving and answering all of the letters to Santa. And it's like his favorite thing in the world to do. Basically, after 1 year of delivery, the one where like it's expected through like their family history for Santa to retire and pass on the mantle, he doesn't. Again, he's still, even though he knows he's slowing down, he's still very much attached to doing it, so he doesn't retire. Much to Steve's annoyance, because he acknowledges that he fully runs the operation, basically, at this point. That's all just set up, because the actual plot is that, due to a technical error, one child got missed. And nobody else seems to care. Santa feels bad about it, but basically writes it off that, well, there's nothing we can do. Steve looks at it from a numbers game and says, like, one kid is not worth us remobilizing our whole operation for. We will mail it to them and she'll get it a little late. But she will still get it. Only Arthur cannot accept that answer. And, like, basically gets, like, dragged along by his grandpa, the former Santa, who is very much like, like no one does it right anymore, like they did in my day, blah blah blah, into like believing that they're going to do this clandestine mission to go deliver this present to this one girl. Arthur, being very like trusting and naive, doesn't realize that his grandpa just wants to use this as an excuse to show that his ways are better by sneaking out in the old sled and like delivering the present that no one else could.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
And it's this whole thing that goes back and forth with all these characters kind of clashing together against each other. And I really love it because it's all these different character archetypes, but none of them are a villain. Like, they are antagonists to what Arthur is doing in their own different ways, but no one is the villain. No one's the bad guy. It's just a bunch of people making selfish decisions. And it really, really works in that regard. Because at the end of it, like, they're all forced to see, like, the only one who wasn't thinking about themselves in all of this was Arthur.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. It's one of my... It has become one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Parents are gonna
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I am not gonna confess.
Fucking rant.
I want you to talk about what you're passionate about. That's what makes this show exciting sometimes, you know? Like, I'd rather you guys just talk about what you're passionate about.
Yes, like I am passionate about not going online and looking up the answers during tests.
Well, guess what? Arthur Christmas is on Mac. Go watch it.
Oh, is it really? Well,
Yeah.
now I have no... I should just watch it tonight when we're done.
Goddamn right.
You know what else I should see? Because it just came out into theaters and I really want to see it.
Hmm.
The Iron Claw.
The Iron
A24.
Claw.
The
new A24
Claw.
It sure has speeded up now that the rain
It's a
season's
movie
passed.
that
Looks
about
like
the
my
Von
electric
Erichs
bill is going to start
family,
climbing this month.
a famous professional wrestling family. Now look.
Anyway,
I know
as
I'm a
I've
pro
mentioned,
wrestling guy. All I talk about is wrestling, and I talk about all the bullshit that goes behind the industry.
I've had
This is
some
different.
in mind.
Okay.
This is a story of a
This is
family
hypothetical. They're
where
trying their
majority of the
absolute
people in it
best.
fucking
This person
died.
receives an awful lot
fucking
of
from
special
just like
so.
drug abuse,
What do you think
suicide,
that-
fucking a lot of shit.
I assume this has to do with the meme you just posted.
Yes. fuck Fritz von Erich. I have not seen the Iron Claw yet. I do want to see it because first and foremost, it's got Zac Efron and it's got oh my god, Jeremy Allen White or whatever his name, the guy from the Bear. I can't think of his name.
When you work
But it's
on
also got, first of all, it's got
something,
AEW World
you have to
Champion
help this person so their heart
Maxwell
doesn't break.
Friedman.
But this world
No,
really is
Maxwell
a callous
Jacob
one.
Friedman. That's his name.
Just a
MJF.
bit of influence from the-
And there's a picture behind the scenes of him with the AEW belt, but Zac Efron's wearing the belt. And I'm like, that's how you fucking promote a movie.
No, I'm not sick of this job or anything like that.
But I want to see it. Also, MJF voices Killer Croc in the Ruby Justice League movie that just came
Huh.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
is that out? Okay.
Out-ish. I don't know if it's out yet. If it's coming on its way.
Maybe have them shift our feelings so
It's
we-
funny. I will take away from pro wrestling to talk about something real quick. Something I used to be very passionate about.
Sorry, I was
Ruby is
icing
interesting.
to it. Our conversations
'Cause it's not
and enjoy
good.
your vacation.
Like the world building's kind of lazy, if we're being honest.
I think Monty was like
Finally over.
the driving force behind that, and after he passed away, it kind of like, ugh. And like, I'm not trying to ick anyone's yum. If you still like Ruby today, hell
No,
yeah,
no.
good for you.
Oops,
If you love
that's
and here's the thing, I enjoy watching it. Like it's still fun, but like let's be very honest with ourselves. Even when Monty was alive, God, I'm gonna fucking get killed for this.
I was gonna say you were like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for the gallows at this point. It's still like not a very well put together show.
I know,
But-
right?
And H Bomber guy said this first, so you can kill him before you kill me.
Too clean.
go after him. He's more famous.
Please, I'm too unimportant to be canceled on Twitter.
he pointed out like
cares about that anymore?
Monty didn't really do a lot of the writing. Monty drew a character he really liked, gave him a name,
Kind of
and he
I was
told
gonna say
Miles.
Monty thought of like fun, like kind of badass sci-fi gun weapon wielding versions of fairy tale characters.
He gave it to Carrie and Miles to deal with, and he said, "All right, bye," and then he went to do whatever he wanted to do. Which, by the way, I'm gonna say this now: if I had an employee like that, I would have fired them on the spot. I don't care how cool it is. I would have fired you, and I would have told you to fuck off.
Now for the weather.
Anyway, it's just like the world building is it's very obvious that Miles and Carrie watched Avatar. Right?
Oh yeah, no, very much.
It's very obvious. And look, I love Miles, I love Carrie. They're very, very funny guys, very sweet. Ooh. It's funny that if you watch, like, Rooster Teeth has like 50 failed podcasts dedicated to movies, and I will say it like that. The first
you're not
attempt,
wrong.
there was Enjoy the Show. There was one before that. I can't even remember the name of it because it was that short-lived. And then there was one, I think it was called like Screen Rant or whatever. No, not Screen Rant. That's a
Green Rant is a website.
See, it's so unmemorable. I can't even remember the fucking name. There's another guy who he also got fired from the company. Miles was on that podcast and he said, like, you know, I haven't seen a lot of movies, and that's good because as a writer, I won't be able to plagiarize as much. And then he watched Ruby, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
What's up?
You stole like half of your shit from Avatar.
Ryuji, a favor?
Moving on.
This time.
Nah,
I was
really?
gonna
Like,
say, like, we're going down a path I don't really feel comfortable with.
I'm
Man,
going after the big dog. No, we're not doing that yet.
What were we talking about before Tim? Like, I know the triggering point was someone who played Killer Croc in the Ruby Justice League crossover.
Oh, we're talking about the Iron Claw.
To an otherwise
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna use that as a jumping off point to talk about the two pieces of new media I've watched recently.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, first and foremost, I said this much in the chat. I went and saw Wonka, and I actually had a way better time than I anticipated. The one thing I would say is, like, it is very blatant that this is from the man who created the Paddington movies.
Oh, no.
Well, no. I mean that as in, like, this is like a diabetes level of sweet movie.
I was gonna say, am I gonna get diabetes watching this movie?
You are gonna get diabetes watching this movie. You need to be able to handle a obnoxious amount of whimsy to get the most out of this movie. If you are the kind of person like me who can do that, you are gonna have a great time.
Oh my god. Oh god. All I know about the Wonka movie is that if you watch the interviews with Hugh Grant, you can tell that man is ready to fucking blow his brains out talking about it.
Like, Hugh Grant's like, I did a job, why are you bothering me?
He's like, it used to be so easy to do movies, now I fucking hate it. That man used to be the British Matthew McConaughey in all the right ways.
I'm not gonna act like Hugh Grant is some, like, flawless person, but, like, also, I get it. Like, y'all, I played the Oompa Loompa. Why are you bothering me?
I'm only asking out of curiosity, is Hugh Grant cancelable?
I don't know.
I'll leave that to the party poopers to answer that question. I hate to say it like that, but there's a reason why I'm going to say it like this. I have a friend who, if you bring up a famous actor, they will bring up, oh, this guy is like a fucking creep in like this way. And like, it's every time. It's not like a one-time thing. It's
I get it, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. I want to know who in Hollywood's a piece of shit, because like that's a good thing to know. But when it's every time I bring up an actor, it doesn't have to be the same actor. It can be a different actor. It gets annoying, and I'm sorry, y'all. Like, it's a lot. I know how fucked the industry is. I do. So yes, I will call you a party pooper.
You know, she did mention something about a meat.
Insert the Guru clip. Insert the. Who's the Dragon Ball character?
Yes.
which
Super
one?
Comic Guru.
Super Kami Guru, yes. Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you. Party
Pooper. Party Pooper.
I only bring this clip up because I met Bill Murray recently.
I fucking knew that's where this was going.
Because I brought it up in a group chat and someone was like, oh man, what a fucking creep he is. And I'm like, I get it. He's a piece of shit. But also, first and foremost, he's very polite to me. So I can't be mean. I'm not allowed to be mean now. Like, that's just, I'm sorry, I can't be. Second, I have met 2 Ghostbusters in my life, and I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just excited.
I can never remember. Did you actually buy Dan Aykroyd's vodka?
I met Dan Aykroyd when I bought his vodka.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Is like, did you actually buy it?
Yeah, it's in my closet right now.
Okay, just making sure you have this, like, the skull bottle and everything.
Yeah, next time you're at my house, I'll show you it.
Dope.
I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't shown you it. Like I you know what,
Like,
Jack?
the one person who's gonna be as hyped about that as you are.
Jack, next time, my brother, myself, and you, we're taking a shot at it. How about that?
Oh boy, that's gonna be fun for me.
We're leaving at 1, because we're not doing any more than that.
Lord knows, half of the entertainment value is just gonna be my reaction.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
Um,
but no, going back to what I was starting on about earlier. No, it's a very like charming and very whimsical movie, and it's like do with that information what you will.
Well, here's my one question, because I'm always curious about him as an actor. How is Chalamet?
He's actually pretty good. I think the trailer didn't really do him justice.
That's fair, because like he's the thing, and I don't care what you think about Timothy Chalamet as a person or whatever. He is a good actor. That was never a question. Like the guy didn't get where he is now because of his looks. That was mean.
I mean,
no,
what?
like-
He's the lead role in Lies of P. I don't understand what you
Fuck,
mean.
Kevin. Why don't you just drag him down further?
Like no one's ever gonna let him get past that. That
He's
the
a
character looks just like Timothy Chalamet.
Look, all I'm saying is, whoever interviewed Adam Driver and made him feel bad about how he looks, God forbid that guy interviews Timothy Chalamet.
But anyway, no. So I will say there's one thing like, I want to clarify. I do think they could have pushed this further, but I'm gonna take what we can get. I've told you this that I had one big concern going into this movie, especially knowing it was the director of Paddington and anticipating that it was going to be heavy on the whimsy, is how they were going to display Wonka beyond the surface level. Because like entire fucking like video essays and podcasts have been done analyzing like the original Gene Wilder film and the character of Willy Wonka in that movie, and how like. Yes, on the surface he presents himself as this like very whimsical and worldly like magical figure, but on the inside he's a very like sensitive and hurt person in that movie. Because as we learn in the prologue of the original movie, like he was betrayed by his own workers to his worst competitors, and it made him very distrustful of everybody. So much so that he holed himself up in his factory and hadn't been seen personally in years by anyone but the Oompa Loompas. And they could have gone further with it, and I think the movie probably would have benefited from that a little bit, but I do still think you see that, like, that part in him, the one that, like, a younger Wonka that very much is trusting of the world, and that trust gets betrayed sometimes.
Just gonna send you guys something quick into the Discord. Just what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, I'm looking at what you're looking at right now. Is that Morgana's fault that he dropped the ice cream?
It's just tragedy. I like to title this artwork Tragedy, and this is the one thing that's like, look, here's a commemorative photo. Usually it's all three of us circled around doing stuff, and just like...
And now it's just you and Morgana mourning the loss of your ice cream.
Yep.
You know that scene from It's Always Sunny when Frank's pretending to be an art critic? He just goes, bullshit. Bullshit. This would be the piece at the end where he goes, magnificent.
But isn't it just like a fucking chair or something?
It's an air conditioner, and it's in the
That's
middle
what it
of
was. It was an AC unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love is that the girl, the art exhibit owner is like, that's just our AC unit. And then he goes, but is it really? And then she just stands there and goes, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Questioning her whole life. Like, oh yeah, but no. So again, like, if you got time and the money, go check out Wonka. I think it's a good time. It's a very fun and whimsical musical about like a magician who loves chocolate.
I'm gonna ruin all of your wallets right now. You can go see Wonka, you can go see Godzilla -1, or you can go see The Iron Claw.
These are
Two
all
of those-
very different movies.
Trust me, one's whimsical, and two are depressing in very different ways.
Right? Like they're both depressing, but not even remotely in the same kind of way.
One is depressing in the post-World War II Japanese way. The other is depressing in the more personal way. Like depressing in the my dad is disappointed in me, so I have to prove myself to him kind of way.
But no, like, honestly, the thing that had me in the theater to go see it was, I was out like having to run some like errands a bit away from home, and I finished the last one near my like nearest Alamo Draft House, and I'm like,
Ooh.
you know, it's Tuesday. Tickets are discounted, and I don't have anything else to do. Let's see when the nearest showing is. Oh, good, there's one soon. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go watch the movie and get discounted tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do yourself a favor. Wait for my show to hit Netflix.
Now, I did go on a rant to you guys about this, and I'm gonna go on it again now that we're on stream. There's one key problem with the release of this Wonka movie that pisses me off.
Go on.
That there's no fucking Wonka candy to speak of in stores right now.
Did you think they were gonna try?
They should have. Okay, so don't get me wrong. There is a very annoying but understandable behind-the-scenes reason there's not really any Wonka candy on the shelves right now. So and I'm gonna have to go back and forth between candy companies to explain this. So, ever since the Gene Wilder movie, someone somewhere in some company has been trying the idea of Wonka candy. For a long time, but until 2015, that was Nestle. But back in 2010, after like the Johnny Depp movie didn't do too well, they discontinued Wonka bars.
Yeah.
But you still had stuff like Nerds and like Sweet Tarts and Gobstoppers and stuff like that. Flash forward to 2015, for some reason, Nestle decides they're just going to outright discontinue the Wonka brand, but still keep selling Wonka candies without the branding. So like Nerds are still a thing. You can still buy Nerds ropes and all that.
You know what? You say that. I just bought Nerd clusters last night for my sister.
Exactly, the gummy clusters. Yeah, you can buy those still.
My sister loves those, and she just broke her arm, so I just bought them for her.
Aw. But anyway, so I guess what happened is after like Nestle dissolved the Wonka brand, they sold the rights to it to the Ferrera company, who are the guys who make like Ferrero Rochers and like Snow Caps and a dozen other candies.
Yeah.
But all they've done, and it seems like it was relatively recently, the only thing they've done with the brand are these things called Wonka Magic Gummy Hats, and they're basically just knockoff Gushers that look like top hats.
Yes, I had heard about that.
How are you gonna have a Wonka origin story movie coming out and not have a goddamn piece of chocolate with his name on it? Even if it's like a limited release, how every time a Ghostbusters movie comes out, they put Ecto Cooler back on the shelves.
Here's the thing. When the 2005 or 2006 Wonka movie came out with the Tim Burton movie,
Johnny Depp one.
they put out Wonka bars, and yeah, were they just Crunch bars with Wonka on the name instead of Crunch? Yeah, they were.
Oh man.
But like, that was great. Like, okay, cool, it's a chocolate bar, and I like it.
The one thing I do distinctly remember around that time, though, is they tried to get fancy with it. It was like Wonka Deluxe, and it was like these overly like fancy chocolate bars. Not even in the fun way of like the ones from the original movie and all that, where they have all these crazy fillings. No, it was like that literally like high class candy bar, and that's what they chose to put the Wonka name on for some reason.
That was definitely like 2 or 3 years down the line. Because and I have evidence in myself, literally within myself.
Come to think of it.
When I went to Toys R Us in Manhattan, and you know which Toys R Us I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course, the big one before it closed down.
Yeah, I bought that candy bar, and it was literally just a Crunch bar, but it was Wonka, and they took out the Crunch name and they just put a Wonka name on it. And that's the one they sold the movie, and I will not take any argument over that unless you have proof. You better have your fucking proof.
No, I guarantee that's what like regular Wonka bars were when that movie came out. I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying. Why couldn't they do something like that for this movie? Something so that there's a piece of chocolate with the Wonka name on it while this movie's coming out.
They don't care anymore. Like, they gave up on actually trying to be interesting decades ago. And by
I just think that's tragic. Like it feels like such a waste of the most built-in branding for candy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think the 2008-2009 housing market crash really fucked up our economy so bad that companies just gave up on trying to be interesting because they're too scared of doing anything in the hopes that, hey, if we just don't do anything, maybe we'll keep making money. Because if we try to do anything interesting, we're gonna fucking cause another housing crash. And you know, at this point, do something interesting. Please, fucking let the housing crash happen.
Right? Damn. It's a win-win for us.
Like, we don't give a fuck anymore. You'll be fine down the line. We won't.
Us too.
But anyway, enough of my fucking like going on about that. Let's talk about the other piece of media that I've been highly anticipating and finally started to come out.
Yeah.
Because on Disney Plus, the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series started releasing their first 2 episodes.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
I don't think I said this on stream. I definitely said it to you in call. I was a big Percy Jackson kid growing up. Like it.
Wait, before you go anywhere, Percy Jackson's better than Harry Potter. I'm gonna go get another beer. Bye.
I mean, like the Harry Potter fans are gonna come after us, but like, I don't think he's wrong.
I'm back right now. Harry Potter fans, even before J.K. Rowling was a little piece of shit, fuck off. Percy Jackson was always better. Suck a dick, eat an ass.
Look, I'm not gonna take it that far, but all I'm gonna say is like, because it was like the thing parents did for like nerdy kids like us during our generation. My parents bought me the entire book collection of Harry Potter when they were coming out. I never managed to read a single one of them cover to cover. You know what I read cover to cover every time a book came out? Percy fucking Jackson.
Yep, same way.
Like, I adored that series, and surprise, surprise, the kid who ended up with a like fixation on mythologies was obsessed with Percy Jackson. I know, shocking. I would unironically blame that series for why so many in our generation know too much about Greek mythology.
Probably. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
But also, it made it even more disappointing when like everyone was trying to catch up on the Harry Potter movie craze and the Hunger Games craze. When Disney tried to throw their hat into the ring and make a Percy Jackson movie, it's like, why are these like late teen young adults calling themselves the characters from Percy Jackson? What the fuck is this? Like, Lightning Thief was fine. Sea of Monsters was fucking hot garbage. I'm also gonna keep talking because these are teenagers on screen, you fucking degenerates. Anyway, but fucking no, god damn it, I lost my train.
I'm sorry.
Persona was being Persona.
Yep.
Anyway,
Oh,
getting
she's
back
not
to
important.
what I
Don't
was-
worry about it. They're not
Anyway,
focusing
no,
on her
like-
for any reason.
But again, like it explains a lot then that like they didn't make it past the second movie because frankly, like rather than trying to properly adapt the series it was adapting, it felt more like it was trying to chase the trends of movies like Hunger Games and Harry Potter, and that really blew up in its face hard. So when, of course, myself and other Percy Jackson fans heard that they were taking another crack at it, but that it was going to be a series and that Rick Riordan's hands were all over it, oh my god, I was fucking thrilled. I was excited as all hell. And 2 episodes in, I am really enjoying it. It's good casting, like good, like setting, good direction. Like I'm very much enjoying it. Personally, one of my fan favorite castings so far is Jason Mantzoukas as Mr. D, aka Dionysus. That is fantastic casting, and he is actually playing it up to perfection. I love it.
Hey, we're not
Another thing, and this is like a very small thing, but it was a huge pet peeve of mine for the original, like, for when the movies came out. They got the fucking pen right, and they didn't, like, make it this whole thing. Context. One of, like, the main objects in Percy Jackson is that at the very beginning of the, like, near the very beginning of the first book, Percy is gifted a pen. It's like your bog standard, like, Bic pen with a cap on it. Nothing like fancy schmancy, not even a mechanical pen. It's just a basic ballpoint pen. But, as he later finds out, once all the magical shit, like mythological shit starts happening around him, this pen is actually a sword disguised in the form of a magical object. And if you remove the cap, then it turns into a sword. Specifically, a Greek-style bronze sword. Which, again, going back to the movies, they made it a mechanical pen where you had to click it, and it would turn into, like, this generic, like, silver, like, sword with a crossguard, looking all, like, fucking European. It annoyed me. Pet peeve. Again, I know. But again, in this, it's the correct thing, because, like, it's meant to be poetic. It's the whole pen is mightier than the sword, but also it's supposed to be symbolic of the cap being, like, pulling a sword out of its scabbard. I don't know. Again, that's, like, one of the... It's very small and very nitpicky, but it's a sign to me that they are actually giving a shit about why the stuff is the way it is. If that makes sense. The other thing that I got, like, good hints that the series is going to handle this right, and that I'm very happy to see, is that, and it's another thing I had a big pet peeve of with the Lightning Thief movie. In the movie Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, they fell into a trope that a lot of, like, modern, like, less, like, when I say modern, I mean, like, within the past century and stuff, like, rather than, like, very recently, adaptations of Greek mythological characters do. And that is, they made Hades a devil figure. Like, there's literally a fucking scene in the fucking first movie where he, like, erupts from a bonfire to, like, threaten Percy Jackson and I have your mother. And he appears as this big bat-winged, like, moldering devil. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? And later on, like, they make him look like a fucking punk rocker for some reason, like... And it's just one of those things where, like, it feels disrespectful and, like, oversimplistic, like you didn't give a shit about what you were looking into, to just say, oh, he's the guy who, like, presides over dead people and, like, lives underground in the underworld. Well, in the fucking Euro-Christian society, underworld is hell, right? So he must be the devil. It's stupid, but it's, like, a giant pet peeve I have. And thankfully, more recently, as I think people our age who grew up, like, becoming fascinated with Greek mythology have grown up, you see a lot more, like, varied and creative interpretations with this that acknowledge it as a more in-depth character.
What? Tell me.
And again, with the series, we have yet to see Hades on screen, but he has been mentioned, and more specifically, he's been depicted in the credits art of the series, of the, like, the 2 episodes we have, which show a few of the Greek gods. And they don't show a devil figure. They show a king sitting in his throne wearing his crown and holding his pitchfork, presiding over his kingdom, the underworld. I don't know. Again, this is purely me ranting on nitpicks, but it is something that's always bugged me.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I kind of spaced out during your last guy's conversations.
That's fine.
I was
that
like,
was mostly
okay.
for me more than anyone else.
No, it's just like, here's where it started. It started all the way back where it was like, we learned about Kasumi's sister being dead. And then at some point I tuned back in at the Crunch Wonka bars. And I was like, oh, I'd love to crunch some bars of Wonka at the gym. And then we're here, and I'm like, oh man, I totally get, like, they did a lot of things bad with that movie. Like, they revealed Kronos way too early in the movie.
Right?
Series.
What the fuck was that about?
Like, he was like a 3rd or 4th book, I believe. I don't remember the books that well, but, like, they just dropped him super early just to try to keep people on the cliffhanger. And then they kill him.
I wonder if, like, behind the scenes, some producer or writer knew the writing was on the wall and that they weren't getting a 3rd movie, and just decided to fast track shit for some reason.
like, maybe they're just like, alright, that's the way we might not get our funding, but if we keep, like, an epic climax, they might want to learn more about the movie, even though... So we're gonna bring this cool character early, reveal his voice actor, and then people will want more of him, maybe. And I'm like, I don't know, you kill him. He's dead. Like... Who's gonna want to go back to a movie where it's like, but he died. Why are you showing me, like, it's still possible for him to come back? He's dead. And then they're
I
like,
also think it's important. It's another character who gets the giant flaming horned devil treatment
yeah.
in the movies. Like, again, yes, Kronos, compared to the others, is a much more villainous figure. He's so terrified. Like, in Greek mythology, he's a being so terrified of the idea that his children might grow to be more powerful than him that he decides he's just gonna fucking eat them
Yep.
to keep that from happening. But again, he was not a fucking, like, horned devil. Like, if anything, he's usually just depicted as a guy holding a scythe.
I'm trying so hard not to make this joke, but, like, I remember in Greek mythology specifically that Zeus did a particular surgery on Saturn, and he was defeated. I don't remember if he continued chopping him into pieces, but I remember he cut off one part. For sure. And then that part was gone, lost to time. And then when Kronos is rebuilt, that part is missing. For obvious reasons, but, like, it's not there. So, is it somewhere else? I'm of course talking about his package.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Kronos is still like the one behind the machinations happening in the first couple books. Like, it was his plan for Percy to be blamed for stealing the Master Bolt.
Yes. But yes, but also, well, yes.
But he
Oh,
doesn't
God, yes.
appear. But he doesn't, like, fucking show up.
No.
Like, he doesn't show up by Sea of Monsters to do a big monster fight.
No, somehow he gets into Hermes' son's head or something like that. Spoilers.
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, Luke's head. This is the first book, so is it really spoilers? I think it's...
I mean, again, I think it's fair to put a spoiler warning, because, again, some people might be, like, experiencing this series for the first time through the series on Disney Plus now, which is currently adapting The Lightning Thief.
Right. So yeah, basically, the spoilers warning was already put out before, is it that, right? Then yes.
I think so. But anyway, again, like, you know, he does so mainly by manipulating, like, Luke, who is a Camp Half-Blood, and, like, who Percy looks up to from a lot of the first book, who is a son of Hermes who feels neglected by his father, as many Half-Bloods do. But again, he's the machinator, like, he's the grand, like, manipulator behind a lot of the events. Like, for example, he appears in Percy's dreams a lot to try to, like, taunt or tempt him.
Yeah. It's, yeah. My head just spaced out totally, but yeah, for sure. That's not the hideout anymore.
Hey. Huh?
What's up? What did you say? Awesome!
Oh my god, I am so sorry. I just hit a bunch of stuff and now I can't concentrate. I'm like experiencing, it's weird. I'm actually experiencing conversation lag right now. There's something about this game and trying to hold a conversation where, like, I just completely zoned out for a minute, and it's like an hour into the episode. And now I'm here. And I'm just like, well.
Listen up.
I agree.
I'm on board. Listen up.
Now basically we're just going to go into Mementos and do some of these requests, because I'm finally getting down to it.
Listen up.
Trying to figure out if I have any stories, but I'm just like, oh gosh.
You can count me in. Nice. Listen up.
Now, I've been trying to figure out, like, if I really want to pay for a streaming service, though. Because, like, I really should, considering all the movies and, like, TV content you guys consume. Like, I basically, for context, like, they watch movies and TV shows. I basically just, like, I find a game, I pick it up, and then I play it. I don't know why this happened to me, but, like, that's just what I do. And then I'm just like, I need to watch some more things, because, like, there's a whole bunch of new Doctor Who series that came out. There's, like, all these other shows that are, like, great, but I just don't really get the time to watch them. And then just,
I mean,
like,
I get it, but also, like, I think you gotta give it consideration of which one you really want to go for, mainly because, like,
Listen up.
we've kind of reached the same problem we had with cable originally, where everything's so spread out over different providers. And especially since they started using the Actors Guild strikes earlier this year to jack up prices on a lot of services.
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I mean, I would suggest mooching off of family members' accounts. That's what I do. But also now Netflix is trying to get fucking snarky and put a crackdown on that.
Yeah, you're right. Change the heart in the Mementos. Change the heart in Mementos. Change the heart in Mementos. Mementos. Mementos, Mementos, Mementos. Perfect. I don't have to do any more detective work. So we can actually play the goddamn game. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's just like, a lot of my friends do it too. Like, honestly, it's so, like, weird, because I don't really get into TV shows and all that stuff. It's just like, I don't know, man. And then it's like, oh my gosh, it's all those things, and then it's like, I have your guys' like to watch list, I have my coworkers to watch list, I have my friends to watch list, and I'm just like, please, help. I need a starting point.
How much bigger is this place gonna?
Yo, Mona, can't you turn into... We know how deep it...
That's impossible.
Just driving around.
And then it's always like,
Isn't good either.
this is another problem with me. I'll just be like, alright, I'll go do those things, and then I'll immediately forget the next day. Like, I was supposed to go out, well, I guess I can mainly, yeah. I can mainly blame this on, like, basically, like, I was just not feeling like going out today because the heat in my building for, like, the water wasn't really working, so I didn't really want to go out. Go out with, like, my hair, or, like, with my hair, because, like, it's part of the reason why I'm not doing webcam right now. I just didn't have the chance to wash my hair today. So I'm just like, I didn't really want to go out like that, and then it's just like, I don't know. I forgot to get all the boxes I need to send stuff, so everybody's gifts are going to be late this year, for sure. And I feel bad, but like,
Keeps going forward.
I mean, I'm not even gonna like
Eventually.
delude you guys into thinking your stuff's getting there on time. It's not.
Think.
it never does, but like, I don't know. I feel like almost every year during Christmas, you always like forget until like the last minute.
Alright.
Even in what is it? Even in come on, brain, just pull out the sentence from your mind. Even in January. No, November. What the hell did I pick the first month? Even in November, you forget. You know, when you're supposed to be doing all the shopping. Wait, is proceeding down or is it up? And you're just like, oh, it's November, it's Black Friday, I don't really want to do shopping, I'll just get it done later. And then it's like the 24th, and you're just like, I need presents.
There's an enemy. Be careful. Joker, a treasure chest.
And no, your present cannot be your presents, even though some family members actually do appreciate that. And it's like, Kevin, what did you get your coworkers for lone... Coworkers, I say. What do you get your fellow stream buddies for Lone Night Christmas? I get them a platform to talk on. Boom. Done. Glasses descend. Yeah, that would be the end of Lone Night Gaming, I think. It's like, yeah, I get you a platform to talk on where you have one viewer. Excellent. And that viewer is me. Oh. Did I mess this up? I think I messed this up. I think I was supposed to go up. Well, crap. Oh well, I'll just fix it later. I'll just go back at some point in my life. It's fine. I didn't... Okay. Yeah, you should... God damn it, I have to go to a higher calling. Oh, right, I can't just do that. God damn it, hold on. I gotta use a go home. Which I never realized that's how you actually... I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's a go home, because it's go-ho/m or something like that? Yeah. It's a go home. It's a pun, I think. But I don't know how to pronounce it, so it doesn't really work for me. Also, proceeding is like a weird, is like a weird term for this, because does it mean like, oh, I am stupid, Jack. Preceding is definitely backwards, because it's before.
Yeah, no, preceding means it came before.
Yeah, I was thinking about proceeding, so I was thinking about progression.
Watch out, Joker.
But really, I needed to pregress. I'm gonna pregress. Anyways, stupid jokes aside.
Then
One thing though, I will say, I've been watching a lot more YouTube, and I've been subscribing to like a lot more channels than I normally do.
Uh-huh.
Because like generally I just don't really subscribe, I just kind of have the channels I watch and they just stay in my feed. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen them in a while, but then I realize I should probably subscribe if I watch them all the time. But the problem is, I generally just like, it's the main problem with like, it's basically a me versus Lone Night Gaming thing. Like, I always do the Lone Night Gaming voice as like a, how do I say this? I always do the Lone Night Gaming voice as like an ambiguous like group, like a they, or like just like, how do I explain this without sounding psychopathic?
Kevin, are you gendering Lone Night Gaming now? That's not cool, Kevin. We don't do gender here.
I'm just saying I play Lone Night Gaming as a third-person party to like myself, like an omnipotent being or something like that. Even though, let's be real, it's not at all potent.
Also, I just want to let everybody know I was being ironic when I said it like that.
Of course.
Let me make it up.
Honestly, it is the internet. Someone will take it that way, probably. They'll be
Anyway,
like...
Tim, you missed my 2 mini rants about the pen from Percy Jackson, as well as Hollywood and other Western media's tendency to just make Hades an allegory for the Christian devil.
Now,
I mean,
Did they do both with the recent reboot?
Oh, my point was more that, well, I can't fully speak to the Hades side of things, other than like some hints that I've seen that indicate a certain way, that they've actually managed to get both of those correct for once in this.
So Hades
Like-
is still Hades in the reboot so far, and
Again, so he has been name dropped, but we have not seen Hades appear on screen yet. The only indication we have is that the credits sequence shows like artistic depictions of a few of the major Greek gods, including Hades, who is depicted as like sitting on his throne as a man wearing the helm of darkness as well as like holding his pitchfork. Like, but
Here's
it's
my
a very regal thing. It's not like demonic.
here's my question.
Hmm.
Does he put the sword away properly?
Yeah. Well, so that's the other thing they got right, is that half the time Percy loses that fucking thing, but it's enchanted, so as long as he doesn't give it away, it just pops back into his pocket as a pen.
Yeah.
Go down.
But more importantly, is it like a pen that you take off the top of it, or is
You
it a
take the cap off, and it turns into a Greek-style bronze sword.
Fuck yeah, that's all I care about. Here's like, I didn't care too much in the first film that they did for this because, like, all right, cool, I get why they did that. It's a little easier to depict. But now it's like, okay, we can depict it as like the cap of a pen is like the sword's sheath or whatever that.
Well, again, you don't ever see that. It like doesn't start transforming into the sword until after he like flicks the pen off, the cap off. So like
Yeah.
that's again, it's meant to be a metaphorical thing. The pen is mightier than the sword. Like
we know.
but what
But
if
what
the
if the
pen
pen
is
is-
the sword? What
exactly,
is
Fuck
it?
you,
Is it a
man.
stalemate?
exactly.
Question. Because I'm a normal person. I didn't read the Kane Chronicles. What was the main character's weapon in that book?
Oh fuck, I haven't read the Kane Chronicles in a long time. I don't remember.
Because you're a normal person who doesn't fucking care about it.
No, I fucking loved the Kane Chronicles.
That's so mean. I'm sure Rick put all of his work into this book.
I think he recognized like, holy shit, I actually got a whole generation hooked on Greek mythology. Let's see if I can do it again for the Egyptians.
The main character's name is Mark, and his last name is Spectre.
God damn it.
You're mine.
I just read a recent issue of I say recent. It's been like 5 months.
Nice work.
A recent issue of Moon Knight: City of the Dead.
That's all it takes for me.
Really good. His brother's back.
What was that? Oh, that was Steam. Oh, that's Steam alerting me to,
No.
hey, you can
I think
blow
it was
away your
random.
money. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just like, what's that notification? It's Steam. And Steam's like, hey, you can throw away your money now. The winter sale is here. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Ah.
Fuck off, Steve. I haven't done your winter sale once in my life.
But no, again, we only have 2 episodes of the Percy Jackson series out right now. Still very much enjoying it. Highly recommend, especially if you're a fan. If you're a fan of like modern fantasy and Greek mythology, check it out. If you're someone who grew up reading those books like we did, check it out.
Yeah.
If you're none of those and just want to see a fun like adventure series starring some kids, fuck it, watch that.
I'm gonna lie
Oh.
and say, oh no, I finished Guardians of the Gahul. It's one of the, I think, how many book series did I finish as a kid?
Wait, did you actually read the Guardians of Gahul books?
I did, because I liked
Wow.
animals as a kid.
Fucking nerd.
You haven't. Kevin, I'm gonna be nice to you right now. You're a
Wow.
No, because no one knows what that is aside from the people who know that Zack Snyder made a movie about owls at one point.
I honestly
That
did
was
not
a
like
Zack
them.
Snyder thing?
You didn't know that?
No, I just knew it was a bad movie with weird CG owls.
No, yeah, it was a Zack Snyder movie. He directed it and all.
Hey, if you want to launch me into another fucking rant about mythology, here's Satanta.
If you want to get me into another rant, what the fuck, Rebel Moon?
Oh no, we're not even going there. No.
No. Oh, you know what? We're gonna leave it at one point. Snyder fans, get over yourselves. It's a bad movie. Move on.
For context for why I launched into that is like, as Tim can attest, I will launch into a full rant about Celtic mythology, and Satanta was the birth name of the Celtic folk hero Cuchulainn.
Wait a minute. Spell that name, Cthulhu.
Cuchulainn?
Spell that for me. And put it into chat, because I'm not going to be able to understand the letters right now.
Hold on, let me just fucking, like, make sure I'm gonna get the fucking spelling right.
Don't read it out. Just type in the chat, and I'll look at it, and then I'll
No.
correct my own thoughts.
Hold on.
This is leading to something, I promise. And if it doesn't lead to what I want it to lead to, then I will say it. Hold on. Okay, I'm seeing that. Okay.
What?
Okay, I'm seeing this. Okay. The spelling's very similar. Cuchulainn, right?
Cuchulainn.
Cuchulainn. There's a song, "The Blood of Cuchulainn." It's the theme song for the Boondock Saints.
Wouldn't surprise me, because again, Cuchulainn is like a very famous Irish folk hero.
It's you've heard songs like yeah. That's the theme song for the Boondock Saints.
That again, considering how Irish coded the Boondock Saints is, that's not even remotely shocking.
First of all, the first movie, love it. Second movie, well, okay, let's not get crazy now. It's not good. Look,
No, Cuchulainn literally just means the Hound of Cullen. Like,
that's so fucking
because
cool.
again, the like initial story like to his legend is that Setanta was a young boy. His dad was invited to a dinner with the local king. Setanta was late because he was playing a game of hurling with his friends. By the time he arrived to like the dinner, the king had already let out his prized like guard hound to like guard them while they were eating, and it attacked Setanta, understandably, and Setanta killed it by launching his hurling ball down his throat.
Look, all I'm getting out of this right now is, when I was a young boy.
Stop.
Ah,
But anyway, basically, in order to repay the king for killing his prized hound, Setanta agreed to take the place of the guard dog until a new one could be reared. So he became Cuchulainn, the Hound of Cullen.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive you.
Also, for anyone who wants to know who I am as a filmmaker, you should not be shocked that one of my favorite movies is The Boondock Saints.
Yeah, no, you really shouldn't.
Look, I'm an Irish boy. If it's Irish enough, I'll like it. There's not all of them. Not all of them. But some. Majority. Okay, the Disney Channel movie, not so much. Look, I like Luck at the Irish, but it's not a good movie. But that's because it's a fucking Disney Channel movie. Actually, I do have a St. Patrick's Day list.
Actually, real quick, because we're talking about, like, before I get off the topic of Irish folk heroes, because I don't want to stay on this too long, because otherwise I'll be here all day.
Yep.
Of course.
Tim, as the resident, like, person with actually a significant amount of Irish in your family, how do you pronounce this name?
Alright, level up.
Don't fuck it up. Don't embarrass yourself.
Oh no, I'll embarrass myself. I'm gonna assume the first name is Finn, as a normal
Yeah.
person.
Yes, it's pronounced Finn, the first one. But it's the last that's
The
gonna.
last name is Kenny, so it's a Mick. It's a Mick name,
Yep.
like a normal human being.
Yep, Finn Mick.
Like, but what's that last one, Tim?
Kummel.
Nope,
Cumhale?
nope. Because we were talking about Irish folk hero Finn McCool.
Oh, is that how you spell it?
Yep, that's how you spell Finn McCool.
No shit. Here's the thing. I'm familiar with Finn McCool, but they've always spelled it out how you pronounce it.
Yeah, no, the actual, like, spelling of it, for those who don't know, looks like it's supposed to read Fionn McCumhale.
Which is weird. When here's the thing. I hate to break it to people who don't speak, like, Gaelic or whatever you would call it. It's not how you would pronounce it. like whenever people always give the English language shit for like, oh my god, English, you don't pronounce it how you read it. No. The Irish language, y'all would have a fucking nightmare with it. Because,
No,
trust
like
me, Irish is worse.
I agree. Like English is like this word is not pronounced how it looks. Too bad. Irish, this word isn't pronounced how how it looks, and it's like, dude, we don't even know how to pronounce it.
And let me put it this way. Do you know how to say 1,000 welcomes in Irish?
No.
Falche. Look up falche in Irish. It's spelled fal.
Where's the che part come in?
Don't know, Kevin. I don't fucking know.
If it's just
That
spelled,
was pronounced
if it's just spelled foul, where's the che part come in?
falche. It's It's Failte.
I can't find any.
Felt. It's felt. But it's pronounced falche. It's like fuck. I don't know where
It's like the Irish is pulling a prank on us. It's like, where is that last syllable supposed to be, sir?
Aren't the Irish like doing like a revolution right now?
What?
Yeah, that's like a thing that's happening at the moment.
Do you
Oh.
mean like an actual fucking?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna Google it because I remember my girlfriend bringing it. So keep in mind, y'all, like of like the grouping of us, I'm the most Irish.
Now,
Respectfully.
are we talking Northern Ireland or?
The Irish government is to begin a legal challenge against the UK government over its decision to offer immunity to for Troubles era crimes.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Can we piss on Margaret Thatcher as a holiday now?
Okay, yeah, here it is. The Ireland legacy law dispute. Okay, that's interesting.
Let's fucking go, baby.
No, when you said Irish Revolution, I'm like, oh fuck, if the Northern Irish finally gotten sick of it.
I wish they would, but they won't.
Anyway.
But to be fair, I think that's more religion based than like national based.
Oh my god. Like, Belfast, beautiful fucking city. So fucking depressing.
Of course. Dublin's better. Moving on. I have never been to Ireland in my life. I can't speak.
Right? That's the real irony here is I've been to Ireland more than you have.
Damn.
Dude, you know, Jack, you know damn fucking well if I had the opportunity to actually go to Ireland and
Oh, of
enjoy
course.
myself, I'd go.
I'm surprised he
course.
didn't take the college opportunity to go there.
I think he went to Montreal.
I went to
yeah.
Munch. Yeah, I got Canada instead, which I will say, I'm going to say this right now. I did not get to really enjoy Montreal for itself because I was going through a lot at the time, admittedly. But gorgeous city. Could not recommend Montreal more than enough. It's a very lovely city. Please visit it. Very beautiful.
Meanwhile-
You won't get an experience like that anywhere else.
I have very similar things to say about Dublin.
Meanwhile, I'm the
Of
closest
course.
to Canada, and I've never been. I've
Kevin,
never really left the country.
Kevin, can I be honest with you? You and your brother, just go to Montreal.
My brother has been to
you
Canada.
all specifically could drive there in an hour. Not even.
Well, probably
That's
no
2
longer
hours,
my brother
but-
anymore, but
Jack, I would give them 2 hours, but yes, Kevin, you and your brother, just please do it. I think you guys would really.
my brother
appreciate
has
it.
without me. It's more I need to go and do it.
Ask your brother to take you to it. It's not,
I can
at this
do it
point,
myself. I'm a grown man. I don't speak
Yeah,
a
but-
lick of French, but I'm a grown man.
You don't need to. They speak enough English there.
Okay. You're right. I was thinking about my
Um,
brother's trip to Paris.
Hold on. Jack, what were you saying before we get on to Montreal?
Oh my god. So, actually, Kevin just reminded me of something that, like, so this is from when I, like, studied abroad in Dublin. A very common thing you'll see when, like, people study abroad in Dublin is being that they are part of the EU. A lot of students will use that as a jumping off point and on their spring break go to various parts of Europe, namely Amsterdam. It's mostly Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It always
But
is
not your
Amsterdam.
boy, not your theme park brain broken little boy here.
Yes.
Because for at least part of my spring break, I had a very specific mission in mind. Problem. My mom decided she wanted to, under the guise of like just being a family thing, she was gonna fly out there during my spring break, and we were gonna go around to a few different places in Europe. So we have our day in Paris. We see the sights. Like, in her own words, like she was like sitting at a beautiful Parisian cafe. It was nice. She was having her coffee. The next day, I make us go to Disneyland Paris.
Of course.
Hold on. I'm eating a potato chip. Hold on. Alright, I swallowed the chip. I'm bullying you now.
Wow.
Now, for the record, I still did the day in Paris. We saw the sights. We went up to the Eiffel Tower. Blah blah blah.
Okay. I heard that
But
thing.
then I went to Disneyland Paris.
I have pulled back all of my bullying. You're fine.
What was I supposed
Like,
to do?
and don't get me wrong, if I ever have the means and the money, that is exactly what's going to happen in Tokyo.
Hold on. Now we're holding on.
Oh no, the keyboard typing.
You have gone to Commerce in France and seen where Andre the Giant was born.
I'm sorry that wasn't on my list of priorities.
I couldn't think of anything else that was French. I was like, Andre, he was French. Let's go there.
But no, because again, like, I think she very much wanted to use my spring break as like her mini Euro vacation, and I was like, no, it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be a dick. I also want to see these sites, and we're going to take a day to do that.
Yeah.
But then it's my spring break. I'm going to do the thing I wanted to do while I'm
Yeah.
over here.
And then you were like, hey mom, you want to go to Paris? Let me drive. And then she's like, okay. And then she's like, you son of a bitch.
Oh no, she fully knew what was happening. She didn't mean she was happy about it.
Alright,
Yeah.
but okay, no, she can't be unhappy because you get to see the Eiffel Tower and there's nowhere else to go in Paris. Let's be very honest.
You get to
Notre
see the
Dame.
Eiffel Tower and French Mickey Mouse. Like,
For a minute. Did y'all go to Notre Dame?
No. Paris is a very big city. and-
Now, Jack, I'm gonna bully you. Go to hell.
No, we saw Notre Dame from the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Go to hell.
Tim,
We had
it's
we had
lay
a day,
hell.
and Paris is a very big city. It's like complaining that someone didn't see everything there is to see in New York in a day.
Oh.
There's two things to do in Paris: go to the Eiffel Tower and go to Notre Dame. Fuck you, French people. No offense.
Damn.
Wow. What about the Louvre, if you can afford it?
Don't know what the fuck.
Actually, no. That's the other thing we tried to do that day. Is I wanted to go to the Musée d'Orsay, but they were closed that day of the week.
Ah, okay,
All
that
right,
makes
yeah.
sense.
You got me there.
You get
Although
to see
if you
where.
know me as a person, you know exactly why I wanted to go to the Musée d'Orsay specifically.
You
what
want to see the
Disney
cake
was there?
that they
The
threw at the
cake?
Mona Lisa?
No, that's the Louvre. The Musée d'Orsay is something else.
Oh, my bad.
Heck, what Disney art was there?
First off, you assume too much about me. It had nothing to do with Disney.
Jack, what mythical part or what mythical art from that was there?
Are you making it count?
Nothing mythical, just the art of a very real man who used to live in the French countryside.
No.
And who happens to be part of a single episode of a TV show that breaks my fucking heart.
Okay, what part of Vince Van Gogh is there, Jack?
Well, so you know the end of that one episode of Doctor Who?
Oh my
That's-
god.
You mean the
Musée
one that
d'Orsay.
literally kills everybody because it's the most fucking heartbreaking thing.
That scene was in the Musée d'Orsay, yes.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, no.
But again,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What?
Sorry, I forgot about that. Just
Leave it to-
like what the fuck?
Leave it to, may I remind you, his name is Jose. She ruined Jack's concentration.
Anyway,
I'm not-
like was
I'm not
they
actually
driving a bathtub?
Hey, mister.
Hold on, wait, because here's the thing. While I'm not a classic
Oh, the
Who
beach
fan,
buggy.
I'm gonna say this, I'm not a classic Who fan, and I haven't kept up past Peter Capaldi. I'm just gonna say this for Jack, Kevin, and I. We're all very familiar with the Vincent Van Gogh episode of fucking Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Specifically, the end scene that tears my fucking heart out every time.
The episode that broke me as a fucking 14-year-old. No, I was fucking probably 16 at
Dude,
that point.
I still think back to that scene and I still get teary-eyed, man. I don't know what you're talking about
every fucking time.
using age as an excuse.
I think I added it. So when I was in college, I made a playlist called "Try Not to Cry Challenge."
Everyone does it at some
Yeah.
point.
Jack, I sent that to you when I was in Montreal, and you got mad at me because you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"You fucker, you cheated."
Let's open it.
And admittedly, he's right.
Car has a bunch of funny parts.
So I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna read through the current interpretation of the Try Not to Cry challenge, which I have not edited since 2021. The first video is Gary Come Home, full song, which is
Oh,
rough because that breaks me every time I listen to it.
let's go.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Gary Come Home is not my choice for most emotional SpongeBob song, and I think that's probably a controversial statement.
Now hold on, hold any opinion you have on that right now.
What did you
Okay.
The second video in this YouTube playlist that I've made is the Vincent Van Gogh visits the gallery scene from Doctor Who.
Again, that was like the second in the list, and I was not happy with you.
The third, and I think this might have been the case when I sent it to you at the time, is the "It's Just a Greasy Spoon" scene from SpongeBob.
This grill is not a grill.
Wait, Tim, what'd you call it?
It's Just a Greasy Spoon, which is the name of the song.
Oh, I thought it was...
This grill is not a home.
Wait, it's called It's a Greasy Spoon or Stove?
It's a greasy spoon.
Is like a slang term for like a fry cook restaurant type deal.
Okay, I gotcha. I was so confused for a second.
Yeah, no. After that one, it's Goodbye Butterfree, which got me as a kid.
Yeah.
After that, back to SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a recent occurrence in this playlist. It's the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick fucking die.
In the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah.
Not even gonna pull punches in that one. That broke me as a kid. After that, you two, you shared this experience with me at the same time, so you can't fucking say shit. It's the scene from The Wizard.
Oh no.
When we were all in the living room in fucking 194, just watching The Wizard, like, oh, this weird fucking Nintendo movie from the 90s.
That
And
just
then
has
we
this
all-
weirdly sad scene at the end.
And we all got a little emotional watching it. Yeah.
Although now, whenever I feel emotional about that scene, I just remind everyone those dinosaurs are our creationist museum.
True. It's the only way you can battle it.
For context, in California, there's some famous like tourist trap roadside attractions that are these giant dinosaur statues, and some of them you can go inside. And if you go inside, one of them has a creationist museum inside.
Let's move on from that. So we don't care for creationism here.
We do not push opinions
Anyway,
in any way.
As a Catholic, I don't care for creationism. Following that scene on my playlist is the Gears of War 3, Dom's death.
No.
Because here's the
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dom finding his wife.
no. I don't want people to fucking kill themselves.
Holy shit! I still fucking think of that scene. God damn.
Because here's the thing, Dom's death in the third game is just as fucking heartbreaking, but at least that one I can deal with.
It's less horrific.
The second game, holy fuck.
Wait,
I can't even deal with myself.
hold on one second. Which game is this again?
Gears of War. You know,
Oh.
everybody. The game with chainsaw guns.
What do you want to do, Joker?
Yeah.
Wow.
here's your best friend's wife who's been used as like a fucking succubus for however long. Now
She's like alien monsters.
now she's fucking a fucking skeleton and she's still alive.
Well, fuck.
Skeleton is not a literal term in this
Yeah,
case.
you see, I never got to experience games like that because I wasn't really an Xbox kid.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. You dodged a bullet, Kevin. No
Dude.
offense.
I dodged a lot of things back in my
Yeah,
day.
but yeah, Gears was like the father of cover shooters, and like of at least the fad of cover shooters. I won't pretend like it originated anything.
No,
like,
of course.
crazy. But
Here's the- Here's one thing.
Had,
I was gonna say, Gears of War, phenomenal game. Those
it
games
had a
are
reputation for being like the dude bro action shooter series, but it had some fucking like disturbingly heavy moments.
like, here's the thing. You can call it like a Dude Bro series all you want. I haven't seen a AAA game cover that shit like that series did. Like, that's fucking serious. Moving on to less happier topics, and this is a more recent case for our grouping. Following, oh shit, never mind. This is 2 scenes down. My mistake. Following Dom's death in Gears of War 3 is the Green Mile scene where John Coffey dies.
Mister,
I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. Don't put me in the dark. If you want to fucking just hate your life for a minute, watch Green Mile.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm at this point. I'm not laughing. You will be heartbroken watching Green Mile. It's a very sad movie.
Like, also famously so. So I don't think anyone who's like familiar with movies is that surprised by that.
Welcome
Please
to
know that my laughing is not from watching John Coffey die, because
No, of course.
that broke me when I watched it. Just know, like, it's a hard scene, and me laughing is me dealing with it, because fuck.
Gallows humor.
Yeah. Moving on, and this is more recent for us. He can't see without his glasses.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Stop making me depressed. Just because I have glasses does not mean I'm Kid Macaulay Culkin from My Girl.
For context, for those who didn't see our last stream yesterday, Kevin and I were playing
Our most
Lethal
recent
Company.
TikTok, actually.
And, yes, and our most recent TikTok. Kevin and I were playing Lethal Company, and I bought us a couple walkie-talkies for like the moon we landed on, and Kevin and the dropship landed right next to a hive of the like shock wasps,
Yep.
and Kevin, even though they were chasing me, didn't just rush in and get his walkie and is like, I paid for this fucking thing. You're going and getting that walkie-talkie. And he ends up getting killed with them while he tries to grab it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
for some
I
weird
So
reason it
all
wouldn't let
that-
me
all
grab
that
it.
And making
Yeah, I'm just-
references to the movie My Girl, which involves Macaulay Culkin's character getting stung to death by bees.
Yep.
I'm just picturing like Jack's character from fucking Lethal Company at Kevin's funeral, like, where's his glasses? He
No.
can't see without his
Tim,
glasses.
the adorable part is you think he'd be crying. He would be like, that dumb motherfucker didn't press the E button.
I mean, I went.
No.
Here's the thing, though. I watched the TikTok. I saw it from your perspective. You fucking stopped walking to pick that up. That's your own fault.
Look, I was mashing E.
Wow. Every scene following the Myrtle clip on my playlist is not better.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Welcome to Lone
Tim,
Knife Gaming, where we either
Tim's
hit you with like a funny joke, make you cry because our humor is so unfunny, or we just make you cry in general.
Following the child funeral from My Girl is God, it's just a fucked up sentence to say out loud. Terms of Endearment, which ends with the character having fucking like cancer or something, which is
Yeah.
just not great. I haven't seen Terms of Endearment, but I've seen that scene and it's rough. It's just like a fucking shotgun blast in the chest. Following that is the ending to Ghost. If you haven't seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Go watch that movie and be depressed.
I don't know, enjoying my
Or
life as a
feel
happy
like
citizen.
confusing feelings if you watch the clay scene.
Oh god.
I mean, yes. If you're not, yeah, of course, Jack, you're a little too familiar with Ghost right now. No, I remember we watched Ghost in film class at Champlain, and when we all walked out of the class, all of my classmates were like, "Yeah, that movie was kind of corny. It was kind of stupid. Yeah, it was kind of lame." And then I'm in the back like, "Yeah, that movie was stupid as shit, right?" Like I'm fucking crying, like tears coming down my cheeks.
Oh god, that reminds me of like a stupid. I can't even remember. It's just like.
Alright, let's keep the sad train going. What's next?
Tommy Boy says goodbye to his dad.
No!
Yeah, it's that scene from Tommy Boy where everybody gets upset.
Wow.
Following that is I'll Be a Good Boy from Basketball Diaries, which is also not a great scene. Wow.
I'm sorry to say I haven't seen Basketball Diaries.
Fucking good. That I've seen bits of the movie. It's rough. John Marston's death. Again, this is not an easy list to go through. God, I'm looking at everything ahead of this. It just gets worse. So if you haven't seen Boys in the Hood, I totally understand. Ricky gets shot in Boys in the Hood, which I have seen bits of it. It's rough. Fucking the sentence alone, like you understand what happens. Following that is I'm bad, and that's good. I'll never be good, and that's not bad.
Okay, I want to say that I love that scene and I think it deserves to be on that list, but I think it's really funny you put it after all these like very legitimately like tragic and death heavy scenes.
It's like, hey, do you think this will be a little easier on you? Because if it's not,
Use a little palate cleanser, unless this really gets to you.
Make us like happy sad before you really like emotionally drop kick us.
Exactly.
What follows it is also, as someone who's not personally watched this sitcom, this scene is still heart-wrenching to watch.
Wait, no, don't let this be what I think it is.
Marshall's dad dies.
No!
Come on,
Holy
how can I not put, because Jason Segel, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Jason Segel.
He fucking did it so well.
What do you want to do?
Because okay, so you gotta understand, when I was like when I was a teenager, my younger brother was really into How I Met Your Mother, so we would watch it together. That episode fucked me up.
Because he's saying, I'm not a fan of that show because I don't fucking care about it. But I love Jason Segel, and I've seen that scene a few times, and that's rough. And the scene I put following that,
God damn it.
it's from Rugrats movie. I want to say it's the second movie, and I think you know which one it is.
If you had said the first one, I was gonna ask if it was the one where Tommy almost kills Dill.
I should put it on the list.
And I don't mean accidental. I mean Tommy Pickles almost murders his baby brother.
It's not that. It's when Chucky thinks about his dead mom.
No, I fucking.
Oh, it gets worse because following that's. Oh wow, this is all just dead parents. From here.
Real quick. Okay, so that's reassuring because it means it's not one of the next ones. There's one scene I'm dreading that might be on this list. It's also from a sitcom.
Oh, good. Okay, go on.
Well, it's from Scrubs. Is it on the list? If you might already know where I'm going with this.
Oh my god. It
Which
has to
one?
be.
Wait, which one?
Brendan Fraser's character.
No.
Really?
Just, it's the old lady from that one episode from like season 1 or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, okay. So, but you don't have the Brendan Fraser bit on this. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not fucking satanic, okay? I'm not gonna fucking torture you.
For context, for those who weren't like me, who watched Comedy Central back when like Scrubs was the main show they had in syndication. Brendan Fraser has like a couple guest appearances on that show as like the brother-in-law and best friend of like childhood best friend of one of the main characters, Dr. Cox. And the first time he appears, he's like endeared to the audience very quickly as this very like goofy and well-meaning character who gives like Dr. Cox advice whenever they meet up. And then the other time he appears,
Yeah, it's a rough episode.
the plot of the episode, as it's explained to us, most of it, is that JD, the main character, played by Zach Braff, had a patient die in his care after that patient was entrusted to him by Cox. Cox had basically been JD's mentor through most of this show, and it was like something that really weighed heavily throughout the whole episode. And it's a combination of like both of them like dealing with their own like Cox dealing with his own anger about like the fact that he blames himself as well as JD for trusting like this patient to JD and then having the patient die in JD's care, and then JD also blaming himself for like failing like this, not only failing Dr. Cox but failing this person who was trusted to him. The entire time, Brendan Fraser's character is like back and trying to like calm Cox down, tell him like it's not his fault, it's not your fault, like there's nothing like you could have known to avoid this. Like you both did what you thought was best, and it's not your fault. And then it finally ends with Dr. Cox wearing a suit, like walking with Brendan Fraser's character, and Brendan Fraser's character just says to him like, "You got to learn to forgive yourself." And it's at that point that JD shows up, also wearing a suit, and Dr. Cox starts asking like, "Where is everybody?" Because he's like. Thinking that they're there for his daughter's birthday party, like his little girl's birthday party.
Where do you think we are?
And JD just says, "Where do you think we are right now?" And then you see Brendan Fraser's character is gone, and that they're at his funeral.
So I was
He was
that
the
scene.
patient. He was the patient that Cox entrusted to JD.
Fuck you, cunt. Because right now, I am crying right now thinking of that scene.
It fucking kills me.
Okay, you know what? Guess what? All the scenes following the Chucky's mom scene, all parents related. So fuck you, all of you. Littlefoot's mom.
Like, Tim.
Wait, sorry, say again?
Littlefoot's mom is the next scene.
God damn. Okay, just kick me in the gut.
Is this? Let me ask this: is this immediately after the?
Yes, Kevin. Which other scene would it be in the fucking Land Before Time?
No. I mean, like, is this after the video from Wreck-It Ralph?
No. Yeah.
In the list.
It's past Marshall's dad's death and Chucky's mom's death from Rugrats.
So basically, what you do is you hit us with a palate cleanser, and then you just freaking run us over with a bus.
Yes.
Parent
Following Littlefoot's mother's death is Star-Lord's mom's death.
God.
Fuck.
Just like you put.
You wanna know why I knew that was gonna be a rough one? Because my dad, so my grandmother died when I was in high school, so I'm not going into that shit.
Yep.
I showed my dad Guardians for the first time 2 or 3 years after the movie came out.
Uh-huh.
And all my dad said was, "What the fuck?"
And that's like, I feel like every Guardians movie has some Peter Quill related emotional gut punch.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first one, it's like child Peter dealing with his mother's death and running away before he gets abducted.
Second movie.
Guardians 2, it broke my heart to have to put that tumor into her head.
And then what was the third movie?
Third, to me at least, is Peter going and seeing his grandfather.
Yep.
Don't ask me everything.
Those movies are not fun when you really think about it.
Oh no, here's the thing. I firmly maintain Guardians of the Galaxy is the best Marvel movie trilogy.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
as an overall product, like
I doubt it.
Like James
especially
Gunn
after
made that
Guardians
shit.
3.
Only if we
Yeah, no, like James Gunn made that shit fucking work.
Also in Guardians 3, I love the Dog Days Are Over scene at the end. I adore that scene.
Yeah, you can't prolong the rest of this list.
Fine, keep going.
Oh, right.
Following Peter's mom dying, y'all ever seen The Champ 1979?
Could this just
I know of it, I haven't seen it.
He knows
Wake
it's
up,
all
champ!
for it to be a-
Get up!
He knows who we are.
Fucking 4-year-old kid begging his dad to get up after a fucking boxing match that led to his fucking death. Good luck with that one, shitheads.
It'd be best if...
Gilbert Grape, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna get into that one.
How about...
If you know, you know.
The Simpsons, I will elaborate. Just remember, you're here forever. Which led to, of course, yep, do it for her. That broke me. That broke me, personally. Blue Valentine, I won't elaborate too much. Just, if you've seen Blue Valentine and that movie broke you, Alligator by Grizzle Bear. Moving on.
Student council president, eh?
Oh, this one's gonna break everybody. And it won't break me as much, which is a fucked up thing for me to say, as like a dog lover. But this scene doesn't break me as much.
Don't you fucking dare.
Look, I've had...
We as a society moved on from the fact that this killed all of us.
Shut your mouth. I'm someone who's had a lot of dogs in my life. So when I say this scene doesn't break me as much, it's just because I've dealt with it enough.
Let me see. The Phantom...
Jurassic Park. Moving on.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I thought this was going somewhere very different.
Where did you think I was taking it?
I thought you were about to say Marley and me.
Anywho, we are measured.
Moving on.
That's
You
what
were
it
a
says.
good dog.
No, we're moving on. Real
No,
quick.
fuck you. Fuck you.
Wow.
You made me remember this, now you have to remember.
No, because I'm making you think of the fucking, Futurama episode.
It won't be anything.
Yes,
God.
but I didn't think that's where this was going, so now I'm gonna force you to follow my brain
Futurama
back.
was the episode I was talking about, because people talk about like that's like the saddest thing ever. Don't wrong, it's fucking depressing. But I've put down I've had to deal with so many dogs dying in my life. I'm used to that shit.
Good catch on rephrasing that. That did not sound good the way you were originally going to phrase that.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't the one who had to fucking watch dogs get put down so many times.
It's rare.
Anyway.
Moving on. The Wrestler, where he had to fucking talk to his daughter about why he couldn't be there for her. Because that broke me, personally. I don't know why. I can't relate to that, but it just made me fucking depressed.
Could it have been?
$1 Million Baby, where Clint Eastwood kills the girl who he was coaching for so long. That fucking just broke me. Moving on from the next one from after that one, because that's more of a personal thing. Not getting into that. I'll elaborate for you guys later. Oh, fuck. I saw the rest of this list from here.
Tim,
I forgot what it was like.
I respect you as a friend, and I know this is great content for the show. I'm not ready to continue to be emotionally destroyed tonight.
The next one is Sophie's Choice.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
well,
A scene that, like, I don't care if you've seen the rest of the movie. If you watch that scene and you're not crying, there's something wrong with you a little bit. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm gonna, as a sort of palate cleanser, throw something into the ring as a sort of like bittersweet, happy, sad scene.
Yeah.
The final "Remember Me" in Coco.
It's still sad, but it's like a happy sad.
Again, it's bittersweet, sad.
It's bittersweet, you see. You're not here, but I can feel you. That's a Zac Brown song, if you don't know it. The next is a scene from Creed, where Rocky is at Adrian and Paulie's gravestones, just reading like the news to them. If you saw Creed, you would understand that scene.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mufasa's death follows that one.
Woo! Going for. Frankly, I've watched Lion King so many times, I'm desensitized to it at this point.
Cool. Anyway, the next one is the scene where Adam Sandler sees his dad for the last time in Click.
okay, so
No! God damn it!
these are the parents
Yeah.
that missed the initial first bus. This is a
Damn
second
you,
bus.
Click, for luring us all into a false sense of security into thinking you're going to be a dumb Adam Sandler film, and then just fucking ripping our hearts out at the end.
That's why it's the best Adam Sandler movie, deep down. Following that is the lullaby from the Rugrats movie, the first one. You know the one.
Yeah.
Following that is Hi, Dad, from a Goofy movie.
Oh no, not Hi Dad Soup.
No, Jack. Remember when I said that the Scrubs scene was about the old lady earlier?
Yeah.
I lied!
I fucking knew it.
Come on, that old lady's sad and all, and you know which one I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly what you're talking talking about.
How can I hold up on that scene from Scrubs? How can I hold up on that one? Now, I'm just gonna say this for everybody who doesn't know who I am or who the three of us or anybody else in this group are. The next 3 scenes are gonna get very, very sad. So just like, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a gentle person in terms of emotions. I'd rather you cry in front of me than anything else, because, like, I'm wanting to believe, like, crying's good. Cry. Please cry. It's a human emotion that we don't allow to happen a lot. Because we are afraid of crying equaling weakness.
I'm just gonna remove comedy from the tag in this episode.
Cool.
It's too sad.
Anyway, I
Welcome-
have a simple question for you two.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sakura?
How is
You don't
this
want
gonna
me,
make
man?
Kevin, talk. Say again.
Its boss is
How come you don't want me, man?
Oh, fuck me. No.
You know the one.
Yeah, the scene from Fresh Prince.
Wow.
When Will's biological dad comes in, or Will's dad comes by.
And walks out on him again. Like, oh, that scene broke me when I watched it. Here's the thing, I didn't watch a lot of I watched enough of it to be like, oh yeah, Will Smith, yeah. But like, you watch that scene out of context, it doesn't matter. That breaks you. 'Cause it's like, fuck.
I'm
Even
also
though-
real quick to break up what I'm sure are going to be much more emotionally devastating scenes Tim's going to mention. I'm going to throw in another one of the all-time best movie endings.
Regardless, that's probably for the best.
Superman.
Oh god. That's definitely, that deserves to be here.
Iron Giant, one of the greatest of all times. Brad Bird is the GOAT.
You chose the worst time to bring up that scene, and I'll elaborate further later, after I'm done with this. Anyway, when she
No, fuck you.
loved
Why did you know?
me.
Unironically, I know everyone says, oh, Toy Story 3 is so emotional.
I'm going
That
home.
scene from Toy Story 2 gets me way more.
Yeah, I agree. Because Toy Story 3, like, that ending is fucking deep and like
It's heavy, yeah, but like, I don't know. Something about like the Toy Story 2, like Jesse's backstory scene hit me way harder.
Now, Jack, I've already told you this. I took it even a step further with the first movie. Why did Buzz jump off of that ledge?
Oh, Buzz wanted to kill himself.
Yeah, let's be very
But,
frank with that
like,
scene from Toy Story.
They never say it directly because it's supposed to be a kids movie. Buzz was like when Buzz jumps off the upper floor in Sid's house in that scene. It's because he's basically resolved himself that he's either going to fly or he doesn't have a reason to live.
Yeah, no. That's why that song. But here's the thing: I'll always respect Randy Newman because that song fucking works. It's
Mhm.
such a great song. Because
And again, I think because there's a lot more explicitly emotional scenes in later movies, it kind of gets overlooked. I think that's a perfect example.
Cause I will go say
Anyway, then again, I doubt.
no more. Now, I will say this.
Again, I think that, like I said, I think it's a great scene because it's all subtext. Because frankly, they knew they couldn't get away with that in Disney Pixar's first major feature film.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, next movie, and it's the final movie on this list, and it's the one scene that I think nobody can get away with crying. And Jack, you already brought it up. Don't say anything. Kevin, I think you don't know where this is going, and if you do know where this is going, I'm so sorry.
What?
You're not a bad dog.
Why?
Yeah, no. I think there was a point when that movie came out where the whole world agreed, okay, we all cried in that scene, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go on with our lives.
If you watch
Frankly, we can't.
If you watch Molly and Me and you don't cry, I think you should probably be sent to a hospital. Because, like, that's not a normal thing to, like, be like, yeah, I'm not crying at this. No, I'm crying
again,
when I'm not thinking of Marley and Me.
That was when that movie came out was one of the first times I remember like people reacting where everyone agreed, oh yeah, no, that scene made us cry.
Because, like, yeah, Doc got put down at the end of the movie.
Man.
Like, that's not like a...
A
That's
dog
not-
we had literally watched its whole life play out and gotten
Dude.
attached to over the course of that movie, and we watched it die.
I am almost ready to end
Not-
the episode.
not
I
in a
am
tra-
like so
Not in a
sad.
tragic or heroic way, but in a very sad and solemn way. In a very real way for anyone who's ever had a dog.
I'll be right back.
Wow. I am very sad today.
Let's see, what's another good example?
And here we are, starting the Futaba quest, and I'm just so depressed now. Can't stop
Not as
thinking of...
depressed as Futaba.
Let's check.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that in a minute.
When Tim comes back, I've got one.
So the chief buys a lot. Let's check out all
Okay, the grocery store. That's where that's what I'm missing.
this place.
Hey, Futaba? I haven't heard any. Come again.
Now here's the thing.
I think our only option now is
I'm sure we've gone over this playlist a few times on the show. Fuck, maybe like 3 times at the show beforehand.
I think this is the first time, actually.
Tim, I'm not gonna bother you about it not being on the list, mainly because it's like, it's an emotional scene, but I don't know if it's one that makes everyone cry, but I feel the need to mention it.
No,
Just
Jack,
know that, like,
hold on. Before
on.
you say it, just know, open to suggestions.
What?
Just know that if I could reach through the phone right now, I would be grabbing your shoulders, because it's not your fault.
Yeah, elaborate. Oh, god damn it. God damn it.
It's not your fault.
I'm gonna be real with you. As great as that scene is, and as much as it definitely got me a bit, it didn't make me cry.
Fine.
Thank you.
Again, that's what I said. It's like, I don't think that's one that makes everyone cry, but it's emotional.
That should be like the opening scene. That should be the opening scene. Is fucking that scene.
That eases you in.
But it's like, just know, like, Robin Williams comforting you should be the scene that eases
Right, like,
you.
frankly,
movie.
that's a big part of it for me. Is I just have a like weak spot to Robin Williams. Like,
How about this, Jack?
I fucking get a little emotional at his one line from Night at the Museum. Smile, my boy. Sunrise.
How about that, Jack? How about the following that? I just put Sunrise following right after.
This doesn't.
Actually, you know, that reminds me. What really will just fucking like make me emotional is there is a fan like compilation of like in memoriam of Robin Williams on YouTube called Sunrise. Go watch that, you'll cry.
There's that one bit from Red vs. Blue. I think it was like season. Shut up before anyone judges me, because I grew up with that show. I think it was season 13 or 14. I can't remember which one it was, but it was basically when like Church officially dies on the show for good. That got me a little bit. Cause it's like, oh, he's gone. Like this is it. Like that's like we're done. There's nothing more of him. Because like he cheated death so many times. And it's like, no, this is the last one. Like whatever is after him doesn't count. It's not the same. It's like,
Real quick, just because like we mentioned this movie earlier, but I remembered another good scene from it. Guardians 2, spreading Yondu's remains.
What's up?
Nah, you can't do that to me. That seems sad.
I don't know.
You can't break my heart.
Man. This is a depressing
Eve fixing
episode.
What?
Eve fixing Wally.
Alright, okay.
And after a moment, he's like reset to default and doesn't remember anything.
We don't have an. Is it Ollie?
How about the opening to Finding Nemo?
I mean, but like that's like saying the opening of Up. Everyone says it.
Yeah, no, of course. I was about to say the same thing. Like, well, of course, like this Up, where it's like, yeah, everybody cried, but it's like, come on, like let's be adults now. Like, come
And
on.
if we want to talk about like the all-time most famous,
Be able to figure out.
I could have saved more.
I don't know.
Schindler's List. Schindler's List. I'm saying
You
Schindler's
know
List.
what,
You can't go
Jack? Frankly, this is a list that's meant to have fun. If I
What
didn't want
part
to
of
have
this
fun,
has been fun.
if I didn't want to have fun, Schindler's List would have been the whole fucking list. Because Schindler's List is just 3 hours of, hey, do you want to fucking kill yourself afterwards?
Steven Spielberg making you think about the horrors of the Holocaust, the movie.
Because regularly, that's not a fun movie to watch.
It's a fantastic movie, but no, it's not a fun movie by any stretch of the imagination.
Like, that's why I'll never take any criticism of Spielberg seriously, because people are like, oh, he's a sellout, oh, he's so corporate, oh, he's so whimsical, which is a stupid fucking criticism to make to begin with. But then here he comes making the most horrific, depressing, heart-wrenching movie about the Holocaust that will ever be made that can be put under an R rating. Because let's be frank, if he wanted to, he would go even further.
Then it's just
But nope, this is the best we can get under his rating, under their rating rather, and he got it's fucking devastating. Because Schindler's List is not a movie you watch for entertainment. You watch it to fucking just understand. It is not a movie you fuck around with. We're not having fun anymore. Welcome to Low Night Gaming.
I knew this was going to be like a chill kind of stream because Persona 5 is one of those games where like I just kind of progress through the story and like we just kind of I zone out, so I kind of rely heavily on you guys. But like I didn't expect to go down the route of let's all like just go down the list of I just
Look.
want to make you sad.
Let me put it this way. It's the holiday season. And while we associate the holidays with a lot of joy, a lot of being around family, a lot of... No. Let me elaborate. 'Cause I have a point.
I was
We're
going to talk
laughing.
about the winter
Everyone's
blues, but go ahead.
We're enjoying ourselves with loved ones. But sometimes during the holidays, we just gotta remember the past. We gotta remember those we've lost, and we gotta just think about the sad times sometimes. And it's gonna happen. It'll always happen during the holidays, and we just kind of have to accept that sometimes. It's hard. Trust me, I've been there. It's not the best, but you'll move past it. And moving past it isn't the best way to put it, 'cause that makes it seem like you're ignoring it. My point is, like, it's more of an acceptance. Like, yes, the past has happened, and the loss is gone. But right now, we're here together, and we're remembering those that aren't here. And frankly, that's the beautiful part of it all. And as long as the love is still there, then we're all still here. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So let's just enjoy ourselves, let's raise a glass, and have a happy holidays, and make sure the love stays strong from here to the end of time. That's all that matters. Amen.
Amen.
And that feels like a good segue to say how many people in this thread I'm looking at are saying the ping pong scene in About Time.
You lost me a little bit.
Have you ever seen the movie About Time?
No!
Oh, is that the
Oh.
movie where like the guy travels back in time, but every time he does
Yeah.
it, one aspect of oh my god, that's the ending to that actually.
Wait. The super red-headed looking dude?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stress is bad for the skin, you know.
God damn it! This is the most like emotional but uplifting moment in Low Night Gaming history. And here's Jack coming in like, yeah, you remember this fucking movie no one cares about?
The one point
I had to fucking bring us back to our roots a little bit.
Dude,
I told
the
you.
You
ending
got
is
everything a little
so-
too
That's
sentimental.
my job, motherfucker. I was trying to be uplifting.
Dude, I was ready to be like, yeah, that's a good like thing to say for the holidays. Let's get back into making shitty jokes about Akechi. No, just hit me with the sadness of
Well, frankly, I
of
wasn't
time
expecting
travel.
Kevin to have been the one to see that movie.
Dude, I don't know how it ended up on my screen. I don't know how I ended up just watching it tired from high school, but I did, and I was so fucking sad.
Well, hold on. Elaborate on About Time.
So, again, literally just gonna read you the like Wikipedia synopsis. When Tim Lake, played by Donald Gleason, is 21. His father, played by Bill Nighy, tells him a secret. The men in their family can travel through time. Although they can't change history, Tim resolves to improve his life by getting a girlfriend. He meets Mary, played by Rachel McAdams, falls in love, and finally wins her heart via time travel and a little cunning. However, as his unusual life progresses, Tim finds that his special ability can't shield him and those he loves from the problems of ordinary life.
Nothing at all.
I see. Now,
Yeah. Do you want me to break down like several sad scenes to just break Tim, or you want to just leave it at that?
How about the fact that this motherfucker's name is Tim?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I'm already a redheaded, depressed bitch.
How I would deal with them.
Dude, I don't even want to get into it. It's a really sad movie.
Also kind of in love with Rachel McAdams, but that's not related. But
Well, yeah.
Ooh,
Dude,
I just thought of one we didn't mention, which I'm shocked because it's Tim and I didn't mention this.
no. Well then.
Sukwu sacrificing himself for his daughter in Train to Busan.
look, man, I don't want to fucking depress people too much.
Man,
And just watching him like smiling at peace with himself as he gets turned.
I would rather say the thick man sacrificing himself.
All right.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about. You know he's thick.
Oh, him, yes.
Yeah, that guy. Like that's the cooler part of the movie. That makes me sad, I should say, because it's like yeah, that guy. Oh no, he's gone. Yeah. I'm looking at About Time. I don't want to spoil myself too much on the movie, but like, oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm looking now through my St. Patrick's Day marathon, and
I can't get it off my mind. What kind of person is he?
only one movie here that I've seen is actually really sad.
If it's really true
It's
about the abuse, he'd be in no good.
What's the name of it?
Maybe the
Dancing at La Glassa.
Hold on a sec.
Look,
I actually
You want to try that again?
I can't pronounce that. It's like Lugnasa.
Anything beyond this is his family's problem. We probably should.
Hold on, let's see. Anything else listed on
Got Meryl Streep in
Ali
it.
Baba could be boss. He must have cheated on her and.
You know, it's funny. I've seen a few people in this thread mention it, but like, I watched it growing up, but I never became super attached to it. People keep saying E.T.
Still, this is.
Okay, hold on.
Man,
Here's the thing.
it's all.
I'm eating chips right now.
Fantastic.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those kids
Everywhere we
who
go,
was scared
we
of
hear about
E.T.
these
Just
Ah, no.
no offense to the people who were. You're pussies.
Think about where we
Sorry.
Those are the same kids that were scared by Courage. Moving on.
how the fuck do these kids get away with not being exposed as Phantom Thieves? Ryuji literally just blurted it out in a sushi lesson.
Again, myself and many other people have made this joke constantly. Ryuji can't shut his goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
Look, I know I'm being mean when I say, like, if you're scared of the Courage episodes from when you were a kid, you're a pussy. Just understand, when I was 4, Thriller scared me for like that one moment. It was that
Tim,
one
I can
moment.
top that.
Go on.
When I was 8, Wallace and Gromit released a very particular movie during Halloween.
Kevin, you're a pussy.
Yep. For some weird reason, the howl really messed me up as a kid, and I heard it in the middle of the night, and I just could not get over it for a little bit.
Alright, from here on till the day he dies, we're gonna bully Kevin for that one.
Tim, also, even worse scenario, I saw Chamber of Secrets as a kid, and I had an active imagination, and I didn't understand how the basilisk could travel through plumbing. So I was afraid to go to the bathroom for a long time.
That one I can
Just
agree
scared
with.
that a snake was gonna be in your bathroom.
I was just gonna
What's
randomly get
happening?
petrified while taking a piss.
But here's the- I hate to say this to you, Gavin, because it's like the worst thing to say to you now. That has happened to people.
I live
Oh, you
in
mean
New
like a
Hampshire.
snake coming up someone's pipes? Yeah, I did. That actually has.
I live in New England, not Florida.
Kevin,
Very fair point. He's got a very fair point.
Did you see that magic
there are
trick
still
that
snakes in the
Warlock-
Northeast, Kevin.
Yes, but not toilet pythons.
Moving on.
Their website was up.
Here's the thing. When I first saw Thriller, I was 4. and really haven't experienced a lot of scary shit in my life. Like at best, I think maybe like anything from like a Disney movie that was considered a little extreme.
Why do you see?
That was the best at that point.
She's,
So when Michael Jackson
I don't know how
fucking
I
turned into a
can
fucking
do
werecat, that got me a little bit. Really, the sentence should have ended at Michael Jackson,
I didn't
and that
know
got
about
me.
it. Prosecutor Nijima's sister. An ex. It seems
That's
you're
not
all
funny.
connected to
No,
the-
Michael Jackson. That was weird. Which one? The eye-changing one or the one where he turns into a werewolf? No, that wasn't him, was it?
It's the same one.
No. It's the same movie, but the person who turns into a werewolf isn't Michael Jackson. It's a different actor, right?
It's still him, but
Okay.
yes. I mean, nowadays, if you're a kid, Michael Jackson's there, you should be fucking terrified. But moving on.
Ah,
Well,
That's
Moving away to-
less fun. That's less fun.
I
Moving
do.
away from like sad scenes to just funny trivia facts. Have we ever talked about the fact that like Norwegian audiences had the plot of The Thing ruined for them at the beginning of the movie?
Why is that?
Because in the very beginning of the movie, when the Norwegian pilots are chasing the dog, they shout at them in Norwegian that it's not a dog, it's a monster, kill it.
Was their first target.
Damn.
In a way,
But, like,
just
At
said-
that point, like, while I see your point, like, yes, that does kind of like give away the plot early on. Imagine watching these idiots who don't know what's going on, but you know what's going on, which is kind of the basis for a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, I just.
So now you have to watch these idiots fall for whatever you already understand is going to happen.
Sorry,
But
I'm
that's a
just,
lot of horror movies.
I don't mean to distract, but I think I'm ready to out Ryuji.
Right? Like, Ryuji, you need to shut the fuck up or go away.
Me? I wasn't anticipating that response. You always find a way to rise above my expectations. You really are an I lack your calm mannerisms. I bet we'd make a great team of
You know what? I'm gonna go through my top 100s list of movies I love. I'm gonna see which movies make me cry on that list alone.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it first. Jesus Christ.
I hope everybody out there's having a good cry at least.
Yeah, no, I hope you all are. This is the email episode of Lone Night Gaming.
Here's a bit of a fun
More importantly,
meme. Someone like wrote something out in colorblind, like test like patterns, and it just says we must rise against the colorblind.
For real?
I agree.
What?
It helps the Air Force a little more.
But I guess someone posted this to the Explain This Joke community, and the top response is, well, bad news is you're colorblind, but good news is I'm not.
Yeah. I guess that's actually that's an unfortunate side effect, because I realized that one of my coworkers recently followed my TikTok, and you know how I use orange to define myself and like green to define Tim?
Yeah.
He can't see the color green. He sees green as orange or brown.
Me?
No, my coworker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just like, I don't think he can tell it apart because I chose those specific colors, and I was like, oh no.
It'd be funny if we made this clip for him, and we just kept changing the colors for each text between the two of us.
Just like a colorblind. I have to make Lone Night Gaming colorblind green friendly.
Just to fuck with him, like, yes, especially that. That'd be really funny.
Make an entirely new TikTok dedicated to colorblind,
Oh my
specifically for
God.
the color green.
That'd be awful. That would genuinely be awful.
That would be a little
Oh.
bullying, but I do find it funny that I was doing that, and I was like, wait a second. Oh no.
So, amongst my top 5 movies of all time, this isn't an emotional scene, but it's a scene I think about a lot. Because, like, I was gonna go pick up my girlfriend, but then my dad had this movie on TBS at like 4 in the afternoon. So while I was on my way out to go pick up my girlfriend, I just sat down and watched it. I'm like, yeah, I got time. I'm gonna watch this movie real quick. It was the scene from Back to the Future where Marty actually travels back in time to like the future, like to go back home. You know the scene.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know.
Marty's ready to go, and Doc has everything set up, and Marty's like, Doc, I gotta tell you about the future. And Doc's like, no, what do you gotta tell me? And so, like, I'm all dressed up, ready to go on a nice date, and I'm just sitting on the couch like, yeah, I got time. Let's watch this. That's amongst my top 5 movies of all time.
Anyway, when you get a chance, take a peek at what I just put in the members text.
You son of a bitch.
Kevin figured it out.
Hold on. You know what, Jack?
Maybe I'd like to.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're done.
For context, for those at home, it's Lost. The answer is Lost. But no.
To be more specific, it's
To be more specific, it's a flowchart about Lost memes that is in itself a Lost meme, and it doesn't point this out to you until you follow the flowchart to the end.
Yeah, and then you look at, like, those lines look pretty specifically evenly spaced.
I didn't think about it until I got to the do you think it was overused, and I got to no, and I got to the second
Are
one.
you good at spotting Lost memes? Yes. Wait, is this...
Wait, instantly when I hit the are you good at spotting them, I was like, fuck. That's when you know it's too late. You know you fell for it.
As soon as someone asks, are you good at spotting them, that's when you're fucked.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate the fact that I clicked on that image to understand the meme a little more.
Do you think?
Oh my god.
I also like how it's just like, it's about to rain, and the boss's house's door open and his gate door's open. Let's break in, technically.
Can we all agree, because I've noticed this on the internet recently,
Yeah.
I think everybody's agreed, like, Pacific Rim is a movie that should have gotten a sequel, but like, man.
But not the one we got.
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's a movie that should have gotten a sequel, but it never did. Like, it really should.
Oh, we're doing this. Got it.
Yeah. Because frankly, jokes aside, what the fuck?
No, Pacific Rim Uprising is just hilariously disappointing.
How did you fuck up? Like, you had it right there. Like, you even had a script from Del Toro ready to go, and it's like,
Sorry.
Del Toro would just give you the script if you paid him enough money to fuck off, and you got a director who's willing to do the movie justice. It's just, you didn't. You're idiots. I hate you all.
I can't take this anymore.
Moving on, I'm looking at my top 100 list. My top 20 is like the saddest shit in the world.
I'm about to share something, and I know that, like, Kevin and I are the only ones who are really gonna be able to appreciate this, but it's for me. It's just for me, because the answer makes me happy. It's whoever your birth month is your roommate for the next year.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Which one are you?
I'm January. I get Grahatia. I'm fucking set for life.
Damn. Well, I have whoever September is.
Oh, you fucking lucky bitch. You get Feoul, right? You never made it to Shadowbringers.
Yeah. She's gonna say a bunch of things I don't understand.
The only one I would pick over Graha is Feoul.
Meanwhile, I get the fucking cat girl on the upper right.
Oh, never mind. Tim wins. He got Y'shtola.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
That's good to know, I guess.
Who the hell are you? You hear me?
No, to put it simply, Tim, in easy to understand terms, Y'shtola is the sassy mom friend who will put you in your place if you're being annoying.
Yeah.
Wait.
And frankly, you dodged 2 separate bullets by a month. Because holy fuck. I also love that they picked the worst pictures for those two, actually.
Nobody answered when we could hear the TV though, so we got worried you might have passed out or something.
God damn it! I thought I was just the default winner, getting Graha for like my answer, but no, damn it.
Excuse. There's.
Oh, real serious. I'm like just looking through my top 100 movies I've seen, like my all-time favorite movies list, and like,
Is there any way we?
God, I'm such a basic bitch. Don't get me wrong. If I told you guys what my top 100 favorite films were, like, yeah, that explains a lot. Nothing's exactly shocking. It's like, yeah, of course, Lord of the Rings is my top 20. Like, yeah, of course it was. I'm boring.
Let's talk at my shop.
Jack, don't do this to some hangout chat.
Well, no, they have the Final Fantasy 14 chat. If anything, I'm gonna get more interesting answers over there.
Let Jack talk to his people, Tim.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
the only chat in the Hangout server that I have notifications on for.
For real. Anyway, while we're here, for anybody here who...
Oh,
Let
God,
Butterfree go, Tim.
Real quick, I have devastating news.
What?
The Oscars shortlists have come out,
Oh.
and Peaches, as performed by Jack Black, will not be nominated for Best Original Song.
Man, the Oscars are rigged.
Wait, did Godzilla still make the best special effects list?
I don't know. Again, it's just some shortlists. I haven't gone through them entirely.
If you heard me punch my desk, you understand my frustration. But that being said, I'm Just Ken was always gonna win.
When something piqued her interest,
Hold on, sorry, say again?
all she focused on.
I'm Just Ken. That was always gonna be the winner.
Oh, for the Best Original Song, yeah.
But having
Of course it was. Like let's not be childish here.
Working and watching
Oh,
over-
here we go. I've got the shortlist. Any category specifically you're interested in?
I mean, best feature.
Hold on.
There wasn't a thought.
Do you?
Real quick, shortlist for original
I
song.
didn't know him though. She was single.
It Never Went Away from American Symphony. Never heard of it.
They were an ordinary, loving
Dear
couple.
Alien, Who Art in Heaven from Asteroid City.
Cared for food.
Pretty good.
But one
Dance
day,
the Night from Barbie. I'm Just Ken from Barbie. What Was I Made For from Barbie.
Oh, I wonder who will win.
Well, no, again, this is not nominations. This is a shortlist. So these are like ones being considered for nomination.
Okay.
through
Um,
the street.
Keep It Moving and Superpower from The Color Purple.
Shocking doesn't begin
The
to
movie didn't
Uh,
come out yet.
It's gotta be devastating.
The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot. Also, you know the Academy got early advanced like previews.
So depressed.
I know. but
Was
come on.
that because she
Well,
couldn't
High Life from Flora and Son.
That's
Meet in the Middle from Flora and Son.
What?
Can't Catch Me Now from Ballad of Songbirds and
What led her
Snakes.
to believing. Then she started getting real.
God.
Wazaze from Killers of the Flower Moon.
You know this is a rough season for movies, but this is our fucking Oscars.
But she refused.
Quiet Eyes from
Even
Past
when I had
Lives.
doctor come since then, she won't take a single
Um,
step outside the house.
Road to Freedom from
She doesn't
Rustin.
even let me come in her room.
And Am I Dreaming from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Futaba is.
True.
She's so quick-minded that conversations were
Anyway,
intended
of course they put,
coming to conclusions.
Oh, I don't think we have a shortlist for Best Feature,
So,
but
yeah.
Godzilla Minus One is on the shortlist for visual effects.
Yes. It did not make. It didn't even make close to the shortlist for international film, which is
What Futaba
bullshit,
needs
but
is a
whatever.
safe place where
It's
no
at least
one
it's nominated for something, and specifically a category that very much matters to that
anything
film.
she's unwilling to either. And again,
The other short list of nominees for visual effects are The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3,
I don't- she just
Indiana
does the
Jones,
things that she wants.
Mission Impossible,
Well,
Napoleon,
you just
Poor
get
Things,
back. You all had better head home.
I can't think of that one.
Rebel Moon,
feel awful?
Society of the Snow,
Personal thing.
and Across the
No way in
Spider-Verse.
hell he's
I'm just gonna. Well,
First off,
I thought we were talking
like
about
to discard-
I was gonna say
Hold
it
on.
feels very bizarre seeing the Academy nominate a movie, an animated film, for other categories. That unless it's music, that almost never
I thought we were
happens.
talking about real movies here for a minute.
Again, we don't actually think that way, but we know the Academy thinks that way.
I thought we were talking about movies made by adults here, not for poopy babies.
The Futaba
Poopy baby
Saga
cartoons.
God
Because that's what
fucking
cartoons
child.
are. For poopy
Cartoons
babies
are
by poopy baby adults.
Here's like,
So
when I was in college,
Hey, Morgan.
I had the correct mindset of like cartoons can be for anybody, but
haven't seen
as I've gotten older, I've realized, oh no, adults cartoons are made for
The trains are gonna be
made for
shutting down the
babies
night
because
soon, so we should-
the adults who like cartoons for the most part act like fucking poopy babies. Not us, because we're fucking
Shushin has been
true
garnering a
adults.
lot of it,
No
so they
offense,
need to
but,
remind
like,
us not to say
y'all.
arbitrary stuff online and add.
grow up.
We gotta meet up.
I get what you're trying to say. I would have worded it a little differently, but I get it.
I would never word it any other way. Fuck yourselves.
No way in hell he's.
Moving
Anyway.
on.
The reason why
I'll-
Fishbowl
no,
was
no.
stolen-
Don't at Lone Night Gaming at me. Because
The best original score, we have American Fiction, American Symphony, Barbie, The Boy and the Heron, The Color Purple,
ooh,
Elemental,
So someone can have.
The Holdovers,
mmm,
Indiana Jones, Killers of the Flower Moon,
ah,
Oppenheimer,
mm,
Four Things,
Hmm.
Saltburn, Society of the Snow, Across the Spider-Verse, and The Zone of Interest.
look, I'm just gonna say it. The fact that I didn't really have a noise for the last few, that should say everything.
Hmm.
Look, Spider-Verse 1 had a great soundtrack.
I was checking. I didn't think our
That's it.
Alibaba would be.
Who fucking gave a shit about the last movie in terms of soundtrack? Like,
I did. I thought it was a good soundtrack.
yeah, it was a good soundtrack. The movie before it was fucking great.
I'm not gonna get into that.
I will. Hey, it's obvious that's a movie that's only half of a movie. Moving on.
I like Across the Spider-Verse. I'm not gonna start this.
I'm being mean. I'm being very mean to people who like movies.
And we also
And
just
I don't have a ton of investment in the films from the other categories we have shortlist for, so I'm gonna call that there.
Here's the thing. I want to see the holdovers because I've read the synopsis recently.
Oh, I likewise. I really like the synopsis, and I would like to make a point of seeing that at some point.
I just because the three of us went to a school in Vermont, so like to me, like, God, if I ever stayed at Champlain during the winter break, like that would be a fun little setup. Like, damn. Especially like back in like the 90s or the 80s or whatever that movie's supposed to be in. Like, fuck. It's a great little setup for a movie.
If you're
It's also like,
for Jen,
hold on.
it's still unclear to us as to how the Phantom. If you tell me something coherent, I may be a little more willing to.
No, never mind. I was trying to figure out if like it was at all based on an actual school in Vermont.
Still, what a
I think it's like New Hampshire or something.
I think that it might be. I think like a lot of the synopses just refer to it as a New England boarding school.
Yeah.
Seriously? I can't.
Morning.
Yep. I don't even really want to talk much. It's just like we just got Futaba's like very depressing backstory out of the way. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
sure,
I'm all
boy.
sad again.
You guys should all go watch Dear Zachary if you want to have a good time.
God damn it! I thought we were done with sad movies.
Dude,
Oh, you've seen Dear Zachary.
dude, it's actually hard for me to just like get over it. When I have
No,
like,
hold on, Jack. You've seen Dear Zachary.
I haven't, but I know of it.
Do you know what the big thing of that movie is?
Yes.
Kevin, go watch Dear Zachary without no context. No, without context. Without no context means you get context. Without context, Kevin. I know grammar.
You really.
damn, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna
I'll start.
I'm gonna
Kevin,
keep
please,
playing
go
this
watch Dear
game.
Zachary.
when this game is
Please,
done.
go watch the documentary. No context. Please, go watch it.
Tim,
Don't
Don't
worry
do
about
that. Don't
Tim,
do that.
I
to
am
yourself.
I'm going to play Persona 5 until we're done streaming. Then I'm gonna quietly sign off play some Vampire Survivors, and listen to comedy
You're not
YouTube.
gonna hurt me like this.
Dude, this has been a very, like... I'm not saying this is a bad
Emotional.
episode, but I've been very, like, silently sad memorizing all these moments.
This is the closest we'll ever get to like an emotional episode.
Dude, we had such an emotional, like, ending, too. And it's just like, oh, also remember this very sad thing? I'm like, god damn it, I'm sad again.
It's like, it's like, how can I put this? It's the episode of The Simpsons when Homer's mom shows up,
Yeah.
and then she leaves him, and he thinks she's dead. But then he has like a conspiracy that she's still alive because he's reading like the newspaper, and he finds all these like little letters. It's like, "Dear Homer, I'm still alive. I just managed to make it out at the last second."
There's a chance
Yeah.
those are it's hard to explain, but those
Yeah.
Basically,
oh yeah.
And then it's like, I know, it was supposed to be an emotional moment, but it is funny. Like the moment where Homer finds out his middle name.
What's his middle name?
He like goes on an emotional journey, finds his middle name to be, so he changes his name from Homer J. Simpson to Homer J. Simpson.
How about the episode where
I agree.
Homer meets his half brother or whatever?
Oh yeah, what is that called? Spare Dime Brother or something?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Oh wait, are we talking about fucking sad documentaries? Three Identical Strangers, dude.
That one's not as sad as it is more like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, fair.
But like, please, without context, go watch Three Identical Strangers. It's on Hulu.
Fantastic documentary.
who and the
It's like it'll really throw you for a loop.
I'll be able to remember.
Hold on, I'm trying to find that Simpsons episode Kevin was talking
It has
about.
to be. If we can retrieve.
Dude, there's also the episode where like he has to send his mom's ashes out, and it results in one final request from his mom to stop like, what is it? To stop Mr. Burns from launching a nuclear missile or something like that. I don't remember what the machine was.
Got it. So Homer's brother is a character named Herbert Powell, voiced by New Jersey resident Daniel Michael Danny DeVito Jr., born November 17th, 1944.
all right.
I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Mr. DeVito.
Hey, they went on without us.
He voiced Herbert Powell in the Season 2 episode, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The Season 3 episode, Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes? And the Season 24 episode, The Changing of the Guardian, in a one-line role. Mr. DeVito is married to Miss Rhea Perlman.
Can't.
But what were we saying?
What do you mean? Where's
You have to.
Won't the door be
Really, you gave me nothing for that one.
Sorry, I was kind of tuned out, I'll be honest.
I was just talking about Danny DeVito.
Don't worry.
I just gave like a very elaborate explanation to who Danny DeVito was.
I mean, frankly, like, who doesn't know who Danny DeVito is?
No, everybody knows Danny DeVito, but I was like, he's a New Jersey resident, Daniel DeVito?
Wait,
It's
hold on, check. Willy Wonka liked our video.
who?
I'm just noticing that we talked about Willy Wonka earlier. Now I'm looking at went scrolling through my notifications on the offhand, and I saw that the last like was Willy Wonka himself.
There's no
On
answer.
TikTok?
Yeah. I know this is like a sidetrack, but we were talking about Willy Wonka earlier. And now I'm just
Willy
looking
Wonka.
at it, and I'm like, oh my god. What a
Willy Wonka.
coincidence.
Willy Wonka, amazing chocolatier.
Maybe
Willy
he
Wonka.
does want to crunch
Willy
bars
Wonka.
at the gym.
Oh my god. So, have you guys seen the dude on TikTok who found out his girlfriend has an irrational fear of Jafar from Aladdin?
She's not.
No, what?
So yeah, this guy basically discovered his girlfriend has an irrational fear of Jafar from Aladdin, And
You don't
under the
understand
excuse of
yourself.
helping her get over it, he has done a few different steps. It started small with him literally just getting a Jafar Halloween costume and wearing it around the apartment. But let's just say he's upped his game.
How?
Looks like
For starters, fog machines. In addition to getting through, I assume Cameo, Jonathan Freeman, the voice of Jafar, to record voice lines and then practicing lip syncing it so that he can act it out.
try and drink.
I was gonna say, at any point was Gilbert Gottfried involved?
Got it.
No. Gilbert Gottfried's dead, Tim.
No, really.
What was that?
That's the video I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well then, let's hurry up and go. And clicky.
You idiot.
Princess Kara, you've grown so much since you were last running around the palace. It's wonderful to see you again.
This is fucked up.
You look sensational. Though I
Dude,
Again, for those who have not seen this video,
Yeah.
his girlfriend is like literally on the couch curled into a ball trying not to look at him.
Wants to steal her heart.
oh, is this the guy who's like making fun of a movie or something?
No. Again, he literally just found out his girlfriend has an irrational fear of Jafar from Aladdin.
What?
So he has taken extreme steps to help her get over it, including getting a Jafar costume, including making the snakehead scepter, paying Jonathan Freeman, the voice of Jafar, probably through Cameo or some similar service, to record voice lines. Practicing lip syncing to those voice lines. Also, he can act out this elaborate bit.
Anyway, isn't that kind of?
Are we gonna?
Of course.
I've been waiting.
You know,
Make sure to put the.
I'm sure there's like
You're so.
high schoolers watching that TikTok who are like, "That's abuse."
Right.
First of all, it's not. If you're afraid of a Disney villain like that,
Yeah.
what?
Tim,
no offense.
I literally shared my worst experience as a child, like my most stupidest fear. I think Jafar is reasonable at this point.
Jafar is like that's a. If you're afraid of Jafar, like you need to fucking like really reconsider yourself for a minute.
Didn't you have mineral water?
Oh, god damn it. Persona, you better not be about to Persona again.
How are the guys?
I'm just gonna turn away and not look at the screen.
I tune back into the game for 5 seconds and they immediately pull shit like this. Again, these are teenagers.
Alright.
Japan is whack, man. I don't even know what to say at that point. I don't know why these scenes exist. Well, I mean, I guess I know why these scenes exist, but like, I don't know
Hold on.
why. You know what I mean?
Hold on. In regards to Persona, major trigger warning for those of us who who have triggers based around self-harm or anything related to that sort of topic. We're about to get into something really deep and insensitive here, so please, if that is a sensitive topic, self-harm, suicide, all that kind of stuff, please click off from here. And
We're past that point, Tim.
Oh, don't worry. I have a point.
I was
Please,
gonna say, I think he's leading into something and I don't know what it is.
close off here. I love Persona 3. It tells me that if I kill myself, I become more powerful.
Tim, that's not Persona 3.
I think that's Persona 4.
What are you talking about?
Tim,
You're way off, Kevin.
Tim, it's not a literal bullet that fires into your head. It's the thought about going to die. It's traumatizing yourself to summon your persona. It's not about killing yourself.
Even better, the more trauma, the more powerful I become.
Kevin, guess what? You made your argument irrelevant.
How was that?
Go fuck yourself.
That was a.
For real? You are so.
That should be a t-shirt. You made your argument irrelevant. Go fuck yourself.
My argument is irrelevant. I'm clarifying that they're not killing themselves like I summon a persona.
Really? No, they just put a gun to the head and fucking pulled the trigger with a loaded gun.
It's not a loaded gun, Tim. It's a replica fake gun that looks
It's an
real.
airsoft gun, basically.
It's not even airsoft. It's actually just like
Wow.
really convincing it doesn't fire a
Oh,
bullet.
wait, no, it's a plastic model kit. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, good job, Persona. You really taught those kids not to fucking pull the
God,
trigger.
Tim, get it right. It's not about killing yourself. It's about traumatizing yourself.
Wow, good job, Kevin. Fuck, you know what? I really fucked up there.
All right, you can tune back in now. I'm sorry.
I'm not actually watching this stream.
I know. I see the one there.
Going back to the game,
We all need to
you know, it's
We're dealing with internet.
Futaba's Palace is a weird one because on the one hand, the actual like story is compelling and like what she's dealing with mentally is really interesting and it makes for a compelling story for the palace. On the other hand, the fan base and the game to a degree are really creepy about her.
Who?
maybe I'll write.
Futaba.
I'm just
She's
gonna.
basically like. So the whole deal is like, Futaba is the daughter of Sojiro, the guy who takes in your player character, like after he gets like forced to come to this school after being kicked out of his old one.
Yeah.
And she basically blames herself for her mother's death and like lives as a shut-in.
Yep.
Got it. Oh my god, wait. This is unrelated, but go on.
No, that's the whole thing. Like it makes for like her story is actually really compelling in how she like deals with this, especially because she is aware of the Phantom Thieves and is in communication with them.
Yeah.
But again, like she is the little sister archetype, and thus the fans and the game to a degree are creepy as shit about her.
I hate all of that. Please don't
Yup.
ever repeat that to me ever again.
Yup.
Like, can you all just be fucking normal, please?
Nope.
Good to hell. I'm gonna cheer everyone up real quick and talk about a Christmas gift that I got a little too early. And by that I mean I opened it before I was supposed to.
Womp womp.
So, our dear friend Will Walker, he sent me a Christmas
Oh
gift.
yes, I did see this in the chat. But go on.
I never elaborated in the chat what the gift was, because I got a gift in the mail that I assumed it was my girlfriend's gift because it was a small package. I was like, okay, that's for context, and because I know my girlfriend doesn't watch the show. No offense, Kevin.
That's alright.
Let's do it.
I got
Tim,
my girlfriend. Yes.
there is so much that's happened in the last 30 minutes of this episode that I'm still trying to mentally process it all. I'm gonna be
Don't
real. So
Don't worry about
just let me know beforehand. Is this something that's
This is, she doesn't watch the show. Don't worry about it.
okay?
I got my girlfriend a Dimension 20 dice set that is. based on-
you did tell me about that.
Yes.
It's her favorite. It's her favorite color. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is a great gift for her. By the way, that just shipped today, and I'm really pissed about it.
That's but still.
So I thought the gift came in pretty early, like around 2 days ago. And so I went to open it. I'm like, oh wow, her gifts are now here. And I kept opening it. I'm like, oh, I don't think this is the dice set. And I kept opening it, and I saw a lot of paper. I'm like, this is definitely not the fucking dice set. And I pulled it out. It was an autographed copy of the final script of Terminator 2, signed by the entire cast, including James Cameron.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
I don't know how Will got this fucking script for me for Christmas.
Yeah,
I was
what the fuck?
I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, that is a rare gift.
I fucking I felt so bad 'cause I got him such an underwhelming gift for Christmas. Like I got him a nice, I got him a nice gift. I was like, oh, Will's gave me a gift. I'll give him a really nice gift too. Like I got him like a nice T-shirt. Here's like an autographed, signed copy of your favorite movie script. Go fuck yourself. It's like, fuck me. Now I feel like an asshole. Yeah, so that came in the mail the other day.
Wow.
I should probably have that framed right now.
Seriously.
So
At the top of it is Arnold's autograph, by the way.
I do
Oh,
want
yeah.
to say we are at the 3-hour mark. We're about to go into.
I was gonna say we've been going for a while now.
Yeah. Do you guys want to keep going, or you might want to call it here?
I was gonna actually hop off soon anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
So we're
probably-
basically to catch us up to speed because, oh my god, this episode has been full of like commentary,
Tangent.
content, and stuff I'm gonna have to contemplate. So, yeah, let us know in the comments how this episode was for you. I'm just gonna sit here.
To paraphrase someone else's joke, what was your favorite part of the Lone Night Gaming stream? Oh, I like the part where they talked about sad movies for a long time.
Just like most of our content, man, this stuff is stupid. It's like, man, why'd they have to ruin my soul like that?
It's like we went from gosh,
man.
y'all want. Look, you know what? Look,
To
next time we go on the stream, how about this, guys? Next time we go on the stream, I'll talk about my open heart surgery. How about that?
Dude,
Little cheerier topic.
I could also go into how I almost was never even part of your guys' lives because I almost died at 2.
Jack, you have anything to add to this conversation?
I briefly wasn't breathing when I was born.
Wow.
Let's go. We got it all, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's ask Jason Will or anyone else if they have anything.
ladies and gentlemen,
Nah.
I don't comment on this
Sad
situation.
Stream. Sad stream. Sad stream.
This is actually the most.
One class.
This episode is titled "Kevin forgot to do his homework." It should have been titled "Just sad."
I'm gonna
Just
leave
sad.
you all with one last note before we end this stream. See, I've joked before how whoever's made the word for a certain speech impediment lisp is an asshole. But also, you know who else is an asshole?
Who?
The one who made the official acronym for seasonal affective depression, THAD.
Bad.
Dude,
You know what? Do you know who else is an asshole?
the guy who made the fear of really long words a really long word.
Well, yes,
No.
him too.
No. You know who's really an asshole? The voice actress for Ducky's dad.
Okay, I'm getting off now. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a stream. Sorry we made you sad, but sometimes you just gotta have those moments. Take care of yourself, take care of your
It's not
family.
funny, by the way. It's not funny, by the way. It's really
No,
not.
it's not. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. This has been an oddly serious episode. And we hope that you tune in to more of our comedic episodes. I'm removing funny and comedy from the tag from this episode. This one's just gonna be tagged try not to cry.
Try not to cry challenge.
Try not to cry 30 minutes into the episode. Have a good night, everybody.
I was here for fucking the first 40 minutes.
Oh, I was 40? My apology.
Oh, I'll make sure that they won't be sad by the first hour.
This is the worst. Your pizza will be 3 in 30 minutes or less. You will cry if you don't cry in 30 minutes or less of this
By the time we
episode.
get your pizza, we'll show you an image of your most recently deceased dog.
Or pet if you're allergic to dogs. I can't anymore. Have a good night, everybody. Episode
We'll
over.
find a way to make you depressed.
Tim, let's just end the episode, please. My finger's on the end button.
At some point, Kevin, you are the owner of the show.
I know, but this is such a nice little exchange. Good night, everybody.
End the